Life. Welcome everyone. Please do share the link and invite all your friends so that we can have this discussion. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. I hope it will be an interesting discussion. Today I've got one of our the friends of the show who have joined for the first time on video. Kenny, now welcome.
Welcome. How are you?
Good. How have you been?
Just copying. The show has been
That's,
interesting. I've been following up.
you've been following.
Wait until people start blasting you. That's when you realize that it's not as cheap as that.
Ah, Mr. OJ Wembo akambopinda pablasting paAFCON.
I was they loved to hate.
But it's good kubotaura zvinhu tisingafarirwe nevanhu. Sometimes we need
Hmm.
those conversations and
Yeah,
which
definitely.
team do you support in Zimbabwe, Ken?
As for me, it's hard for me to say that I have a club that I support because if you're running a page,
Ken.
I, you become biased. Or- so at times, like so in Zimbabwe, like I would say, if I love beautiful football, you know, if there is a team
Okay.
that is playing beautiful football, I'll keep pushing like to support it. Not like to support it in a way, but I just want the football developing uh, in the country. That's all. So, but if you're born in Blawayo, you end up supporting Islanders. But I'm a fan of any club that plays well. That's especially if your team plays maybe Bukavu, because I wish that our clubs they go further.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
So you're a Islanders fan. I'd like to diplomatic Ken. You are muted,
Currently,
Oli.
Scotland is playing good football. So, are you supporting Scotland?
He's a Islanders fan.
He says you want to support good football.
yeah, I wish them well because they are representing us as a nation.
Kenny is a Islanders
They are
fan.
representing.
Ndapedza.
Full stop. Hmm.
Kwete zvake zvingoita
Anoita ngerei
diplomatics.
anoita ngerei anoita rei yekuti inini mai vangu aisapota Highlanders.
Yeah, but Islanders is playing beautiful football. They are just not scoring.
Yeah, like financial, the finance, like they're not there and stuff. So I think the institution, like, is no longer like the same institution that it used to be like long time.
Yeah,
Uh, because there's need to have like proper. You see, like if you see on other clubs, they've got proper. I'm not saying that they are not good footballers that are there, but
yeah,
there's a certain standard that you need in a club that can elevate the team like to go to the next stage. Because you can't have inconsistency. Maybe today you win, tomorrow another you draw, and then you lose, and then you win.
yeah,
That's inconsistency that is happening within a club. So there's need like to there's need to be have a move on that kind of consistency for a team. Like I want another
yeah,
hard rock can go like 5 games without a loss. You see, and then when they lose, they pick it up like from there, and then they start building like
yeah,
you will see like the change. They lose, and then the next game you see there's a bit of improvement from that loss.
yeah, yeah. That's right. So the
honestly,
league has
honestly
been.
speaking, go on, OJ.
Well, I was saying the league is very competitive at the moment, and after the results today, if Scotland win, they will be 1 point. I think. Yeah, they will go to 34 points. And then there's Hard Rock and Capes United vari top izvozvi with both with 32 points. Scotland is on third with 31. Rentals on fourth with 29, same as Ngezi, then Dimbare at 26. So it's very tight at the top. If any team loses, then they will drop down. But now it looks like Scotland are very happy with the results today because um, they'll go top with a win tomorrow.
Yeah.
If
What are
they
they playing
win.
tomorrow? What are
Scotland,
they playing tomorrow?
who are they playing? Not sure. I'll check who they are playing. Did Agama play today or yesterday? It could be Agama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
like of late, he has been on good form. Let's say they have been on good form, especially now as they are going like for the CAF Champions League. It's promising.
yeah,
Seems like Norman found the rhythm within the team, the way that he wants to play. They're now dwelling like every player, then they're now getting there. But
yeah,
I can't write off like Hard Rock and Caps United because they are playing like wow too, and also the underdogs Ngezi and Dynamos, they are also there.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
What was the results today? Just go start with the
Today,
Dynamos. Hmm. Start with the Dynamos game.
uh, Dimbari, it was 2-2 versus FC Hunters. I hear that FC Hunters Yabiriro, but I don't know that Dimbari drew
But you
2-2.
Dibare team yako kayo.
Yeah, and Dream Dimbari, I confess. Dream Dimbari. I watched the second half of the game. The football was boring, to be honest. But those ones in Roshora Angu local league eduga. But sometimes the football is just disappointing because the ball was just coming from the keeper and it bora rikangobatwa na left back na right back. Chew kumberi. Very boring football. Then it gets headed, it comes back. I don't know. Then
Go on my
Simba
results.
Bora.
Takamira my results. Writing.
Simba Bora
How did
one
it
one
go?
zero versus Ngezi. Huh?
Phone 1-0.
One
Then
zero versus
Caps,
Ngezi.
yeah, yes. Then Caps drew 0-0 ne Chicken in. Then FC Platinum drew 0-0 ne Hard Rock. Then Moz 1-0 ne Manika Diamonds. Then ZPC Kariba ne Rentals. They drew 0-0 as well.
And Simba won, huh? Won
Yeah,
one
Simba
nil.
won 1-0. Yeah. Simba, they are very
Baba.
inconsistent.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they are
there are two
very.
teams that have there are two teams that have actually I'm now worried.
Mm,
Measured. So Moors is one team.
yeah.
The pressure that they did put last season had
Mm,
actually he, they'd actually benchmarked themselves as a potential competitor this season, given the fact that the derby. You know, the honest truth is Scotland and Moors they've their own derby, which is a fight yakatangira kumahumbu vari division
yeah.
1. So you'd actually expect that to continue into the Premier League. But of late, it has actually died down. It looks like Moors is becoming just an average team. Now being beaten by Pankungoni and sometimes losing games that they were supposed to be winning. Then, what? Okay, go on. And
Mutasa
then
anosiya zvaanoita.
there are good coaches. There are some coaches that are good at taking teams from the Division 1 to the Premier, but sometimes fail
Yeah,
to have what it takes. Last season was his season to solidify equity who is Mutasa, but I don't see him lasting more than this season. Akapedza next season anodzingwa. You know why? Because atosvika
yeah,
papiki pake because aifanira kutotora league saka hapasina chimwe chinhu chakwanisa kuita, because right now if you look at it, we now have traditional giants who are coming back. Scotland is the only
Yeah.
team that is standing tall above them. But we have Dynamos, Highlanders, we have Dynamos, we've got Caps United, we've got Hard Rock, just like what they did last season. So all those are not pushovers. We've got Ngezi, we've got Platinum as well. So those are not
Yeah.
pushovers. So if Moors can lose to Platinum Kumashara and you also draw as well, zvadhakwa. Ikarohwa
Uh,
necaps kana kuti ikadhurwa necaps in any way zvadhakwa. Ikarohwa nehighlanders kana ikadhurwa nehighlanders zvatopera. Ikanetswa nescotland yacho. So you find that there are teams that are geared towards destabilizing Moors. In fact,
Yeah.
vanenge vakutotora kunotora mapoints kunotoni. But I wish I wish Lloyd can actually do something, because it's not looking nice where they are, given the fact they're
Yeah, it's not looking
good.
good.
Mm.
It's not looking
but
good.
do you think like firing him will solve problems rather than since this season they are assessing their faults that they needed like to improve the squad first, but they didn't improve it.
Mm.
You see, they didn't like those players because it was this time the only thing that was needed was to improve the squad that can go like a step further from the second or to compete on those positions, third, second, and
Uh,
first. But they didn't go in the market and find like the players, the recruitment team. They didn't like too much. Maybe now, maybe in this
yeah.
kind of this break, maybe they are going
It might be too
because
little too
firing him.
late.
I think yeah, it will be a very big mistake. I think firing him, it will be a big mistake by firing that
But,
guy.
but,
Probably
but
the
coaches
problem.
have been fired. Coaches have been fired and teams have actually improved. Coaches have been fired and teams have been relegated. And that
Yeah.
is the norm. Mangombe was actually fired kudimbare, went to Scotland akaipinza, akadzingwa kuscotland kukaiswa mumwe munhu akaenda kudimbare. Iko zvezvizi kudimbare kwacho ari kungoflopa. You find kuti
Aringoita
ari kungoitawo
fixtures.
zviri average. And nhasi madimbare
Yeah.
arara for the two games dzaita it hasn't been the 2-2 draws kumanika.
Shakwan.
If he has another draw again, Mangombe might be something
He's
else. Because
gone.
if you look at Yabo, Nesbet Sarichera is becoming a very tough coach. Arikutoratidza kuti ari serious.
Yeah, he's coming up. Probably the tricky part for Lords and it ndeyekuti money bags yesakambopinda league, they came in and won. Like for example, Simba Bora, they came in. That's 4 or 5 years back, and they won the league.
Mm.
And now Scotland came in, they've won the league, and it looks like Hard Rock and now Caps, they are
Competing
fighting
there.
for the league. So as a stable club and as a club with money, I think the owners will also be looking at themselves with that. So why are we not competing when the others have come in and won?
Yeah, I just uh, backroom stuff like it has to, especially like not like the backroom stuff, as in like the sporting director, all those kind of people that are there. They there's need like to also improve in terms of inquiring like sponsorship that can also help out the sponsorship that was there last season, so that it become like very very stable because now like not them like recruiting more players. It has shown that the depth of their team is actually going down. If you check like rentals now, the way they are recruiting, especially
Yeah,
in this break, you see that there's a vision that this team where it's planning like to go, like with the type of players that they are putting in.
yeah,
You can see that there's future in terms of combinations that they are planning like to put on that team. It's going to be like a dangerous. It will be a dangerous place to be, like to play at the Chawanda Stadium.
yeah,
It'll be very very difficult
yeah,
to get points there.
And then my personal opinion is that our ZPSL has actually become a league where people do not only showcase issues related to soccer, but also issues related to finance, because it's a battle of the Scotland Moors issue, Vamafese, and it's now an issue with Gianni Mohombe in terms of
Mm.
finance. So he
Mm.
who is financially stable becomes something. Because I remember Scotland, under Scott achipfeka jezi remoza achiti mufesi wangu obva aenda kuna Simba futi mufesi wangu obva vapa mari chibva yobva aenda kuhighlanders obva inini ndichadai ndokuenda kudhimbare obva yadai, they are, it's now an issue of who wants it, who has got what. Chawanda akuti nini ndine
Yeah.
bhegi zvandinaro hard rock muchaiona zvaichaita. And it's also knocking on the pamadoors. My institutions like Platinum are stable because ane a stable income and a stable system that is there. What I think and feel
Yeah.
is that Scott, I mean, I love Scott because mfeso kumara wangu. What he now needs is to build a system that is sustainable, because Joguti the win against Cape Snoop 5,000. Yes, it's a very good thing. He has done a very good thing. It's a derby, but Parkuda consistency in terms of continuity, my incentives of that nature. Because you got
Yeah.
5,000 against Capes United, and then 5,000, a thousand against Dynamos, 1,000. Then Kumogweso goes maintainer is as equally good as good. Apana motivation, unlike it being spread across, it becomes
Yeah.
something else. But given the fact that he has got Peter and Drove, I
Yes.
think and feel that every game is supposed to be something that that people play like it's out to double winner. But Madab is I gotta say, well,
Yeah.
yes, it's good to give more money, but I think in the long run, because ndikangotamba one game hero ndobva ndapuwa 5,000, that means kuti ndikaenda kuna majeri vari kupa 500. 500 means bonus. That means these are 10 games that I was supposed to be given as machine ndichimotivheta
Yeah.
ndichingorova tichingowina ari ma500 bonus for one player for 10 games. But 5,000 for a game is very good, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sustainability yazvo manje, and in the long run, I
Exactly.
think he needs to put systems in place that will help. I think
Yeah.
my systems are now nekufara, yes, kunodiwa, but I think and feel could he can do more and build an institution that is so powerful. Because remember, Aita
And
Scotland,
professional.
yeah, he's that guy. What I like about him, he's trying. And ari kuti inini ndoda ngoramba
Yeah.
ndiri panumber one, but pakuda vanhu manje vanomujeka kuti aiwa kuti urambe uri panumber one, like zvaakaita. Is the only coach who fired a winning coach.
Yeah.
Akangoti handiraya
Supreme
shamwari
star.
watora but chibaya zvakunoda mumwe munhu, because vision yake yakuenderana nezvimwe zvinhu.
Yeah. Yeah. I agreed.
But was it a good
Um, Fondiraya,
was it a good choice?
what do you think? What do you think?
Well, as for me, like I'm a fan of Norman too much. Like in
Okay.
terms of his play, the way he plays football, but like there's need like for constructive criticism when it comes to say these kind of issues, right? For Ndiraya, I didn't like the play, the way they play.
Style
I
of
didn't
play.
like it, but yeah, the style of play. But he was winning games. In terms of winning games,
Yeah.
he would win games with that same play, win games. But I, I don't know whether uh maybe since we're having like yams Deboti, maybe there was too much like internal issues whereby there will be certain voices that are becoming side voices in terms of team selection, or in terms of I need this one to do. So maybe they needed a strong character in those kind of in that kind of place than Diraya was, or would come and Norman like is a strong character, who
Mm.
would come and stand and just do what he thinks, and do what he thinks is best for the club and is best for the brand of the team.
Yeah.
At the moment in Zimbabwe, hakuna a renowned coach who's coaching who's better than Norman Mapes
Based on what?
based on achievements.
Yeah,
Hapana.
at FC, yeah, he did achieve.
Akatora with Monomtap. Remember, that's number one. Akatora zvecaps achataura because pamba namhlauri angari assistant. Then with Platinum, how many times?
Uh,
Diraya
I
becomes the
agree and
second
I
one.
disagree.
Diraya becomes the second one because akatora with Dynamos,
uh,
akatora with Dynamos, akatora with Simba Bora,
uh,
akatora
I
with
agree
Scotland.
and I disagree.
Yeah.
I agree that he has won with those teams that you've mentioned, but I disagree in that when he was taking Malik Nana FC Platinum, FC Platinum was the only team which was stable in the league. All the other teams during those
Yes.
days, they were not stable. They didn't
Baba
have
munotarisa
money.
stability kubva kuDimbare.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking
No,
about
Dynamo.
Dimbare. I'm not mentioning Dimbare only, but I'm saying
Mm.
FC Platinum when they came. That's about 15 years back. They came in and they became the only team which was stable in the league. So, and they were the
Kwangu
only
nenzimbe
team.
mudhara, kwangu netriangle musakanganwa.
They were not as
Like,
stable as
Kwangu nengezi
FC.
musakanganwa.
Engezi
Ngezi just came after.
yakazouya and
Like,
they took the league. And
Kwangu
since
nesimba,
pakauya
kwangu
nangezi,
nesakunda, kwangu nesakunda yaisapota Highlanders neDimbare.
no, no, those ones are
Kwangu
inconsistent. They
nebhanki
are still
yeABC
there.
yaisapota Dimbare yanga namudhara, anonzi mudhara wekunotora motikari kuauction achipa maplayers wekuDimbare.
When when
do you know
when
Kuti?
Dimbare
You know
when
Kuti?
Dimbare had Pasua,
Maybe
they
if
took the league 4 times.
like another. Okay, didn't take. Okay. What I'm trying to say. Do you know Kuti? Global nakunze. Kwangune Sakunda engine Timbare or Sakunda Iwani Islanders. But do you know Kuti? That money it goes. You know, in the like to the club, and but Kuti also
Mm,
fika kuma players. I say you found Kuti Iwani strikes that way always there. But the money sometimes in a get release. But
mm,
the people that are there, the inconsistency of those people in terms of managing, you see that it will get people, clueless people that are not even qualified
yeah,
in playing that role. Because are big institutions that require professional people that can be there like and try and improve like those big clubs. Well, those are big clubs like in Africa in general. What is Kutoti, we are supposed to be hearing them like in terms of Mbiriabo in Kutoti. Maybe if you go, maybe let's say now you take a trip maybe to to Tanzania or something, and then you tell someone, I'm from Zimbabwe. You can do you know Dynamos? Do you know Islanders? You see. That's what happens. Maybe if you are here, like you meet someone maybe from Egypt. I also ask them. I know I know Pyramid. I know
yeah,
Zamalek. I know all those. So we are lacking like professional people in those kind of big institutions. What is maybe the money?
yeah,
Because all those big corporations, they want to put up the money. If they put up the money, but if they see that there are incompetent people in those positions, they start also put Iowa. Because one of the voted and I see like Whitney Anogon, I would say up islanders Maria Yafrika. But after some time, what time goes out on Komana Waru strike, Maria release. So you
yeah.
see like the inconsistency like in those institutions that
You
they
were
Because
muted.
oh, all the costs ekubhora babaga, they are sunk costs. Bus kuti risunge from Highlander, from Blawa to go to Harare, they need fuel. So my running cost ebhora does not translate into, if Chivayo gives 1 million, for example, it does not necessarily mean that that money is going to
yes,
translate into the pockets of the players. No, it doesn't work like that.
yeah, definitely,
Because there are some costs. Remember, they need
yes,
mabhora chaiwo chaantu needs mashooters
Yeah,
nemajezi nechi. So you find kuti more than 50% of that money is going into the institution to strengthen it kuti ive Highlanders yatinogara tichiziva. Then secondly, the
but
players vagara vatori ne-contract nema-winning bonus. The challenge that we are having now is that players are now calculating the money given versus the amount of money that they get, and then they say kuti hatisatapuwa mari. Why is it that they do that? It's simply because even they
yep,
expect to take up Highlanders yapuwa mari. Highlanders are not players. Highlanders is an institution. They are players that are
it's
just
an
coming
institution.
in. Yeah, it's an institution that doesn't only mean players. No, 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 no. It means even supporters, even the running of the. It's more or less like a company. If a company receives 1 million, it doesn't necessarily mean that my workers are going to get 1 million. No, it will never work like that.
Yes, but
Agreed.
do you know kuti every player that plays mostly like that plays in the Premier League, or like even for let's assume for Islanders, like mostly they will be having contracts. Like in your contract, you already said you're already told how much is winning bonus, how much is training allowance, how much is appearance allowance, all those like they will be already like your agent would have. I'm actually doing one for agents. So the thing is, your agent will have yet like known and the terms. So ukuthi club yazowana Marie or yazowana Marie or maybe from get takings and other things and other commercial deals.
Yeah.
As long as if you're getting like the money that you have agreed with, you can still notanga like to or what they were doing like to striking because they're not getting like the money that they agreed on. The deal, what my deal like coming to a club that I'll be paid this much if I reach these certain goals, if I reach this certain goals, if I reach this certain assist, if we keep a clean sheet, we are supposed to be paid this much. Those are the kind of things that a player talks with his agent and the agent talks with the club, and there's an agreement that is there. That happens. So the players, when you see them striking, which means those agreements that they would have done, they are not met with. Not like what they are now calculating the club, what the club yapiwa mari yakadai now yapiwa mari yakadai from this corporation or something, because they are also commercial deals. Those are big institutions, commercial deals that come with
Yeah.
clothing, the clothing line, that go like to the club. What I say,
Ken
but
zvauri kutaura it's too utopian shamari. Ndiudze kuti how much money does Islanders make nekutengesa majezi muzimbabwe, because mune mwe atori nejezi rake rekudhara dhara, mwe anotoenda kunotora paflea market as long as it's black and white, unlike when you come here unlike when you come here, you know that kana nichingaenda mushopi yemanchester, that money is going towards kumanchester united, it's going towards arsenal. But if you go to Zimbabwe, mubikirwa chaiwo chaiwo unotoona mumwe achiti ngoda black and white obva wasonesa kuseruka tatopo. That's why you find there are a lot of mazambia black and white that has got nothing to, that are not branded highlanders, but somebody anongoti inkani ine inkani. The only institution that I've seen so far, I can actually mention two. Dynamos, of course, iri kubiridzirwa zvaine ava Africa better. But the only institution that I can actually talk about now, Wilfred, how are you? The only institution that I can talk about is Caps United has come up with my jerseys I got to one day of late, but I did in terms of their marketing. Scotland, jersey Scotland limited about 40 to 50 US dollars, but literally good quality and varubuditsa akawanda rimwe rakanzi mane rimwe rakanzi chichi trying to akawanda. You can find red, you can find red blue, you can find red black, you can find any color, and they've got a shop that they're actually selling. So
yeah.
dhimbari endaone kuti dhimbari ndekupi mupedza nhamo nona munhu anongoti ndikutsvaka zveblue ndinadaenda kugoogle ndinobva ngosunga musoro. Iwo uri kufungidzira kuti how much money is dynamos making out of selling those things, because the books are not audited, they are not accounted for. Dai tanga tine shop yehighlanders yekuti vanoenda vachiti uri kuda zvinhu zvehighlanders zveblack and white ndeizvi zvauchapfeka izvi. But because we've got laws that are not even being enforced, you find that there are so many financial loopholes that goes down.
Yes.
Tikatarisana panapa, oj uyu anosapota dhimba rangori neheti yeblue kumusoro, but I say dhimba rekuti
I've asked kuti don't want to put jersey, don't want to put jersey. They don't want to put the jerseys online. So to say Maria Toripo, I'm
Yeah,
ready to buy
because
many jerseys.
it's because Akuna like a proper institution. There's no professionalism in those big in those big clubs.
Yeah.
But if they put professional people, that's why when they always contest. They want to contest so that they can still rather than privatizing like a certain section and also putting like wanna like Younger. Do you know Younger like from Tanzania?
Mm-hmm.
Younger was also like community like community owned like these big clubs that we have. By the to privatize a certain section, and now you see how the improvement that has happened. Like in Young, is one of the most supported clubs in Africa.
Yeah.
Everything like you find like was you report all those cases. What we are finding these t-shirts being sold, this kind of because I got my counterfeits. So those people that sell them without as not like as state retailers or something, but it has them quote. It definitely they'll be arrested because
Yeah.
even in Real Madrid you can sometimes kutengeswa jezi rinenge richiita $143 riri kutengeswa $5 kuZimbabwe or maybe kuSpain pamukoto unosungiwa but aiwa utotwadzira market.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway,
Wilfred, are you
so
supporting
the
England?
other,
That's a cricket jersey. It's not a football jersey. It's a cricket jersey.
the question is, are you supporting
Are you
England?
supporting England?
No, 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 not. I wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm a one. Chenda Gold Cup. So the other issue that we want to quickly look at. Okay, we didn't speak about Zimbabwe versus India. We won 1-0 against India in the last game of the Unity Cup. So maybe we can quickly cover that in the coming 5 minutes. Then we go to the next issue. Did you guys have any takeaway from the last game of the Unity Cup and positives, negatives? Any takeaways from there?
Wilfred can start. Did you see the India versus the final game that we got a bronze?
Yes, I did. I watched that game. I predicted a loss on that game, if you remember, citing my like different reasons, and one of them was the team for now is actually lacking coordination. But I can't blame the coach, or I can't blame anyone. Of course, it's because they've since been assembled in a short space of time, and also new players coming in, and also the new coach coming in. There was this point yakasimudzwa ichi blaster mashi that it was all over the place on that game, and
Was it the
I
India one or the
yes, that's the India.
Nigeria one? I think it was the
That's the
Nigeria
India.
Bangar over the play. Or the India foot. Okay.
I think so. My point now, or my response would be, ndifuna ndakambozvimention again kuti kana coach asina asati or asiri kuburitsa atinotiwo ndoda kuyanyatsitsvaga for the lack of a better word, very simple. Ma-patterns, ndifuna ndakambotaura nyaya ma-patterns. You will find kuti every player will be everywhere. Not because they just want to be there. No. They just end up being everywhere they can be. The reason being, there are no patterns. Because you start with patterns. Kama patterns are batika, that's when you come up with a formation. Saka wakandotangira kuti vanopinda information vasati vaane mapatterns avanenge vachishandisa, hapana zvauri kuita. Munhu anopedzera atongowe uko because anenge akutora zvaanoda club kwake, ungopedzera kungoita zvaari kuita. I remember, if you recall, coach wake uyu akazodzingwa kuWolverhampton, akabvunzwa nenyaya yamashi iyoyoyo, akabvunzwa nenyaya yamashi iyoyo kunzi mashoko uyu anogara ari ngori up and down, and then he mentioned kuti no hasati abata zvandoda kuti anga achibata, and I will talk to him, okay, so that as I wasted too much energy, because he was everywhere mdara, waimona achidefenda, apedza kudefenda mubox atopinda futi, he was everywhere. So kungoti unenge wakungoshandisa energy yako nepamwe pasiripo, saka you need to reserve your energy so that if kana nguva yekuti you are now killing teams, you know kuti muchine energy kuti makuzopull out, and then you kill your teams. But overall, personally, how I watched that game, and my verdict was, it was a good game, and I feel like we have quite a number of boys who are brave. Vekuti vakasangana na coach anoziva kutaura bhora, I think we might be a good team.
Should we put you on
In
the
my
spot
opinion,
with that? Do you think Kaitano anotaura bhora?
I'm telling you. Inini hangu semunhu akambogara pabhenji reTottenham ka. Are you aware?
Who?
Kaitano
Kaitano.
Tembo. Unoziya? Yes, are you
No,
aware?
I was not aware of that. Apprenticeship
Akamboenda
or what?
kuattachment.
Okay.
Yes, akamboenda kuattachment akandogara pabhenji Rednamp akambogara naRednamp uya mukomana uya. Saka ndotiida kumboonawo kaitututu kana wakambogara pabhenji nevakuru. Tomboona kuti mapeteni itoto. Komboita kunge munhu akangotangira kusakubva akangoperera kusakubva. No, mudhara aiwa. Toida kumbotoonawo kudaro.
But baba
Kuti hapane kainze.
widzi wazomunyanya Wilfred wazonyanya Kaitano mufesi wangu unoza wazomunyanya mudare.
Kuti pane
With what apa?
Ah,
and to make matters worse, ndomadhezi ana Gareth Bale baba. Ana Gareth Bale.
and the game hero
Anofamba
rachinja up to
nebhora.
now baba. Rachinja ka game hero rana Gareth Bale wanga vari kumhanya nganda badza.
Aiwa mudhara inini ndo mafungiro angu inini kuti inini ndakambotaura kuti paipa last time ndikati wapana wamuna wavo ava vatuda munhu avo
Yes.
tapedza.
What do you have to say?
And then I think so far from the last coaches that we have had, like in the past maybe 2 to 3 years, I think Marikana has played beautiful football. You can see like the style. But for the current coach, maybe it's me. Because I followed I maybe Super Sport, South Africa. Maybe I haven't seen like his players still don't understand it, or maybe Anga Pure, maybe just a short period of time with Atambe, and to assist the players and stuff. But I still think like there's lack of agency in those players. If you saw when Marikana the way he switched up play from that loss well, the first game that he had, it, uh, it, it was a loss. It was a loss like to it was what Algeria, right? It was what no,
Okay.
it was Iran. I forgot.
It
It was
It was Algeria.
Iran
Then we won against Qatar.
against Qatar. Did you see the change of play? The change of
Yeah.
play from the first game and the second game. There was a change, and a change of who AFCON, there was now a pattern. The way that he was playing, it was you could see okay, Porarake maybe Rukutangira maybe banana chalaya mostly. You could see like the intensity, the way the players the way they wanted to break up lines. You could see how good was Fabishi. You could see how good of a player he was. You could see the runs that they were making. That this team wants to win in a certain way, regardless of the losses that they ended up getting, the unfortunate yen balls and stuff that happened. But you could see the drive is there, the enthusiasm is there within those players. But now I was they were enjoying life, when they went to England. Obvious, those boys they were on a holiday because I really feel like the intensity. There was no
can you no can
Oliver, can you rescue your friend?
Musadari. If you are to look at Kaitano, given I think his issue was overhyped. We took Kaitano as if he's going to be the substantive, and yet he was just appointed to be the caretaker coach. But in what I learned from that is kuti he unleashed Bafana vatanga tisina kumboona. That 19-year Anza Mutunzi, they Kobe and Kobe
Kobe.
because is it Marodza or something?
Shane Maroda.
Shane Marodza. Koti Shane Fusire.
Mm.
Baba Angari Magets. The only weakest link was none other than the leadership. Yangairi Momkanji. On yes, I think Bora Kamira Masters, yes, not me, but our leadership was in the armband, go bench. Yeah. Pose to Blaz, you are Anonzi Navaya. Blaz Anonzi Navaya is good, but he's not yet right. Wemupana uyo watakanyanya kukudza stereki uyu wepama400 wedoro uyu uyu mupana uyu wedoro uyu I
Aiwa,
saw him.
hapana, aiwa, Mongameli haamwe Mongameli doesn't drink.
Alright, okay, Mungameli akamboonekwa achinwa doro pavhidhiyo.
No, he was not
aonekwa
seen
anekwa
drinking.
Alright, anga ari muclub
He was
yavanenge
in the
vachimwa doro.
room.
Yeah.
akasiri
Game rakati, of course, I think he needs more time. He
waiwa
needs
muru
more time. But Mkomana Vaya, I think if I was the, I mean, what is happening? Machopi, what happened? Then Blazu. In fact, what I can say, Mfana Mali akatipa clean sheet. Sibanda akatadza kukavha paida kukavhwa chaipo chaipo. Then July last game, I think now July has good competition with Fusire. Fusire coming in paside papa. Wanyatsoona kuti bhora riri kumiswa richitambwa richimiswa
Second half
richitambwa.
anga ari Magetsi.
Wanyatsoona kuti bhora riri kumiswa richitambwa richidai munhu achitomuvha. Then wozoti Machi first game manga ari
because
maoko.
magame waingofura paari
What
pagame
can?
renigeria nekuti in terms of defense aivhara
ndozvandati
bhodha refusire because venigeria vafana vaya vaingotambira
Yeah,
kuside kwake
defensively he was suspect. But I think it also came with the confusion in terms of formation. Serachtaurwa na
attack
Fred, because if you could see the struggle that he had against Nigeria, Nigeria put like 3 players on that wing. That left back was bombing, and then the inside midfielder was drifting to that side. The striker Agarku left was drifting to that side. So Nakamba, who was on the right side of midfield, he didn't have the legs to cover. So Mpana Aizusara and Ivanu 3. Angoro Wama triangle. There was nothing that he could do.
Kana Patrick kuNigeria kaiuya mudhara
Magets,
kaiuya
he
magetsi
was
kubva karipasa pasi
dangerous.
kubva karidai ndokaiuraya papa. And the challenge yedu yatakaita was
rekaindibvunze
eh
Taura Fred.
rakaimboudza chimwe chinhu pano uri kuona we are lucky kana uchitombotaura kuti mbano kunigeria ari 1 aiuya unenge uchitombomenshina ari 1 ukunzwa kune mateams yacho kana bhora rari
was tika wena.
yastika
But Baba, honestly speaking, on a good day, in I would say Kaitano managed to give us game time yapana kuti tizoona kuti who is who. Because Bafana have this someone was 19. Kampana kangari kamngirikini kamkeda kedana kakarowa bhora mudhara 19 years kachivhara kumashure. Pozoti chiro number 12 no chirodza. Murodza I think something ipapa. Then wobva inini dai ndiri nikaitano ka pane vanhu 2-3 vandinongoti gurunurei ndobva ndaisa mavha achiri kudiwa mutimu muya but not achitamba paya paya. Then uyu wataita musi abubaka was overhyped. Abubaka was overhyped. Then
that's true.
ukanyatsozvitarisa manje Dube anokiya bhora. Mashi yes aka overcompensate in the second game akanyatsotamba chaizvo but anga achida mumwe munhu zvokuti akipwe muposition. Then number 6 mundarama Nigerians akati tapedza games zvikanzi number 6 wenyu akaipa mufana Fabish though Jenitala Musaleka achiti haana nyaya nangirikina ati zanzi haagone bhora but mufana we anotsika bhora nekuritsvaga.
And anotamba like one touch bora
Mhm.
one touch bora
Ndorinodiwa paposition yake iyoyo.
The Benjamin Konjera type. That's who he is.
that one is so
Yeah, I saw a comment on one of our posts yakaifunza nenyaya yamave. The guy was saying, have you seen Zimbabwe? Like if we even check from the last 10 years, um, except a few times we haven't had a game Yakuti. We had a midfield that that was able kunyatsotsika bhora, kunyatsoti nhasi tina defensive link men wedu uyu nhasi uyu. They are having patterns of play in the midfield. They are passing the ball again with each other in the midfield. They are supplying the ball to their wingers. The winger takes the ball and crosses or cuts back the ball to my strikers. We haven't had that. If you check most of our goals, some of them have been like those outrageous shots by Ana Msona, both brothers, Msona brothers. Some penalties. But if you want to look for real patterns of play, but there are very few times. For example, the goal Yamaswani yakapinzwa pass through midfield na Chirewa. That was one of the few times that we've ever had a midfielder achitora bhora onyatsoita a steady pass into midfield, into the strikers. Otherwise, most of the times the ball is just coming from the defense and it hopeful long ball, then hopefully the defense will make a mistake and then will pounce on it. So sometimes I do feel that Navaya, for example, he hasn't shown the real ability. But I do feel sorry for the Zimbabwe number 9s because it's very rare that you finish a game and you see a Zimbabwe number 9 ambopuwa cross yakanaka so mugame. It's very rare. Wilfred wadzoka achipedzisa nyaya yako.
Awana unoziva so ndakutodzora mazuva andaida kutaura so pamwe zvatoita ningiri ndaida kutaura
No, pedzisa.
zvandaida kuedza kutaura paya was you'll be lucky kuona team inenge ichiti left back chete ndiye ari kuuya. Mune muchiti left back ari kuuya, red back ari kuuya nekuku two midfielders avo kana tomboti vatamba kana 4-3-3 number 8 na number 10 vari kuuya. Saka unenge uine vanhu 4 vanenge vachiuya kuti vakangowana bhora chete vanhu ivavo mune muri pama1 ende zvinhu zvaakureva izvo kuti hakusina munhu achakavhira munhu one man for himself. Munhu akufamba nemunhu wake nekuti makadaita zvemagrupu the way you can zvamufanira for example, I want to give you example yekuti the way you can determine kuti this is a good defender it's not kuti defender iye anenge achigona kudefenda bhora kana kuti 1v1 no, it's sometimes one defender should mark 2 people. Kuti akaita 2 versus 1, you should win the ball. That's how you define a defender. A striker, you can also define him as a good striker. Kana akasangana 2 strikers, he can go past them and score. That's a good striker. Ndikubona. Ndoona baba kuti panozinzi Rio Ferdinand anogona bhora man. Why? Because Rio Ferdinand, that's how big defenders are made. Kuti pamene muchiti muri 2 defenders vari 2 vanogona kuingwa navanhu 4 but they can mark that ball and win it. The moment they win it vakangoripasa midfield transition ikangotanga, it means tine more numbers ari uko because our 2 defenders managed to mark 4 people. Saka obviously tatori advantage kuma numbers kumberi but munomu manje matambiro atinoita isusu ndekuti kana munhu akasatodzoka baba kuzobetsera number 3 uya wamataura ari kufamba uya ari kuuya musoro kuya tatone dambudziko. Why? Because munotoona kuti tato expose. So which means marking 1v1 man on man, we can't do it because we are only used to marking sema group. You see? Saka ukaona mfana waya akapinda uyu shoni pa akapinda uyu fusire. The reason why bhora yake ranga rakufamba, it's because munhu anga akutamba naye ano understand ma patterns. Saka they could go to byline kuya as many times as they can. The reason being they know what to do. Saka unoona pana vanozo expose vanatina vanana vaya vananana because avazive kuti bhora riya rinofamba sei. So those are the things which if you are a national team coach ukatoona kuti vafana havasi kudzidzidza at club level, iwewo wakutofana kutopinda futi kuti utanga kuvadzidzisa bhora iro. Musakuzonana namakochi kana vakuenda kunational team kana akuselekta team yake hadi vanhu asi vanomunetsa vanotanga kudzidzisa football anenge achimuudza kuti awana ndikutora vanoziva zvandiri kuza kutaura. Ndosaka na Kala Ancelotti kana vachikocha bhora hari vanetse because ari kungotaura chiri kuti inini chano yangu yebhora rangu rinofamba so. Saka nemangudzwa chano imi mapatterns munotomaziva kudhara kuti kana ya chano yekundani kuku mapatterns acho anofamba so. It's easy. But manje unoona kuti national team urikutotanga kutodzidzisa kudhara kuti chano inofamba so
from zero.
Chano inofamba so from zero apa national team. Saka what are you considering you kana uchididza vanhu? Saka unoona kuti vandaitaura pandakati izvo zvapana vari kuya vekununga wana national vakuya. Vega vanotonzwisisana kuti bhora iri rinofamba so. Saka ifaini kuti harichatonetsi kutamba bhora iroro pandita kuenda kumberi ringa rakutambika richifambika. Why? Because vapana vanoziva kuti bhora rinofanira kufamba so. So I feel sorry for apana vanga vagara vari ikwapo, because inini in my opinion you can't compare Fusire na Jalai at the moment. No, Fusire atori kumberi because you can see kuti bhora racho ratooma already.
Amina akune madimbari.
Haune madimbari wangu.
Handina problem nawo. Handina nochikaga ndo problem yangu. Handina munhu anokuudza dini. Ndizvo zvakangoita. Zvamufanana mfana waya tamba left big wewe. Akatamba left big yenyika uyu mfana uyu. Akatamba left big kampana.
Shane.
Kaitamba left. Ndakapedzera kuona macross waya kudhara. National team. Long back. Achibva neku left. I think angari madhezi ana edzai kasina uyo. Akapedzera kuona ma left waya anokrossa bhora.
Chelsea one.
Kwangu sina 0. So ina Chelsea one exactly. Ndoma kwati kapedzera kuona ma cross waya kare.
But if the truth is to be said, Babaka, there are so many lessons that we can learn from that game.
Hopo. Bora raka expose vanhu reria baba. Ndokuudza ini. Wezva zvakutoreva ipo paya. Pa selection chete. Wega unotoona kuti uyu achatokwani national team uyu. Uyu achakwani national team uyu. Because the level rapa musoro.
Rakumberi.
Zvamachambotaura zvamufana monga mail zvezve kuti unotoona mapatterns. Haisi mosve empana waya baba. I don't blame that boy at all. But my patterns ekufamba kwebhora kwariri kuita nevanhu vauri kutamba navo iveve ava no understand. Iwewe wakungoenda chero kwawada but unopedzera watozvinenge kuti hey kwandiri kunuka uko ndiri kurasika. Bhozi zvatinozokuita isusu manje zvatinozokuita isusu manje tinozokupa bhora uri ikoko manje. Ndopona.
Yeah.
Iwe hauchaziva zvekuita sei? Hauchaziva zvekuita nebhora iroro. Uri ikoko.
Pane mwairasika. Wamunonzi ani uyu angari striker uyu mufesi uyu Zindoga. Ndoba unoona kuti ma1.
But I don't blame Zindoga because he was as a striker. He's more of a left winger.
But ona ko iwe aungozvibvunzo here wewe kuti seka Ancelotti akasiya Richarlison. World Cup. But Neymar adzoka afit. Asuka achipinda.
Because Neymar
negari pa bench.
Baba. Muchazoona kana bhora ratanga manje kuti akomana kutanga bhora rachikawo vai. Ndo akomana watorutanga iwari kwatori first living. Akapfeka namba 10.
Wewe antu waona ile game re Brazil.
Yes, anga rutamba kai.
How was the game today?
The last game in Brazil. Pakatamba ne what is this nation?
Is it not Venezuela? Is it not No. I watched that game actually. I watched that game. Yeah. Rakata 1-1 face. Rakatanga 1-1 you know then Bazo winner 6. Is it 6-2?
Yeah, Egypt.
Oh yeah, then they play against Egypt as well. Yeah. They play against Egypt, yeah. Yeah, yana sala.
Ana tamba.
haina problem wewe asi uchaonako kana magame auya kuti name anenge ari pai.
But
Yeah, he can make a
tikazo
difference.
He can make a big, not just a difference,
yeah,
a
make
big
a
difference.
Yeah. He can make a difference.
So do my taura ko Ken, taura.
Baron Dio Munani anga ini Hurricane Baron Dio Munani. Who's better
No.
than Hurricane?
Hurricane wekupi kwe? Hurricane.
Kvaratskhelia.
Nenda ukoko ku PSG ikoko chero awapa ikoko again.
Kvaratskhelia ngambopuwa mana Chivaroskhelia.
Aba PSG mukataura nezvamunotaura but PSG iri kupisa ma areas ese kumashure mumid kumberi.
Kvaratskhelia hapo World Cup.
It doesn't matter. He deserves it.
You remember last time Alan deserved, but Norway wasn't in World Cup.
Yeah, it's tricky. Player of the tournament World Cup anowanzoita advantage yake.
Ndara iri kudzokera kuna Dembele.
Player of the tournament.
Dembele doesn't deserve.
Even a player of the
year.
I'm talking about 10 games.
Wamurona achipuwa player of the tournament.
Player of the tournament
World Cup and
because the Portugal ikawina, which means the kunengwa context oyo Vitina anenge wapo. Vitina ipapo nana Bruno.
Vitina nana Bruno.
If Portugal wins.
So do you think Portugal will win? Which team are you picking?
Portugal.
You're picking Portugal.
Straight.
Fred, what's your horse?
Wanjera kungowina ndo vanongowina. World Cup haivina nosina kuijera. Kana ikasatotora neArgentina inotoenda kuBrazil ndo kwandiri kuenda iri kuenda ku North America futi koko South America.
A lot of pundits have been saying because of the conditions.
I don't see an effective European team this year. You're not going to win a World Cup. No.
Okay.
You want to get with the team, you know going to win a World Cup. Because World Cup imani game. Andika. Ine ndiye vanhu vanoisa bhora muneti. Kuti zvaitwa nehunters zvizvo kuti vanotadza kuwina game rawanga wawina zvavo
France baba France
ndiye kungoti bhora rauya rese riri kupinda mugate
France
and iya baba yamunoti Brazil iyayaka iri kupisa
aiwa France
Brazil iri kurova
aiwa airove France
muchida musingadi Argentina iri kutouya futi haisi kutaura nezvayo ndo macup holders.
France baba France magets.
In my dream would be Argentina Brazil final. That one would be
okay.
My European countries hapana. Yaungatoti France ndiyo itomboti tambei bhora but hapana.
And from the African teams, which one do you think is the African team which has a chance to go far?
Zinongorohwa dzese last 16.
But Morocco reached the semi-final last time.
This time haina kwairi kuenda.
You think they won't? Senegal?
No. Senegal inopinda last 16. Inopinda last 16.
You think Senegal will be in last 16?
Even Ghana inoenda inenge iriko kumberi koko.
You
Ah,
know
but
the bad
Ghana
omen
ka
in
coach ya
Senegal.
saka
Mm.
coach
The bad omen in Senegal
Ghana
this time
decided
is
not to.
that they are
Mm.
playing France the first game, and it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the last time France played with Senegal, you remember 2002 World Cup, where
Mm. Mm. They
Senegal
won
rised
1-0.
up and they won 1-0.
Mm.
So I do feel good France may be in trouble because of that that omen, and
History will always repeat itself.
history usually repeats itself. And Senegalese players, they know France very well because most of the Senegalese players have been raised through
Play
the
and pray.
French system, and they have so many
Exactly.
French born players as well in Senegal.
Mm.
So I feel
Mm.
that style of play, yeah, France will be really matched by Senegal. And yeah, I do tip Senegal to do very well.
Mm. But you don't underrate or undermine France.
Of course, of course.
Baba ndagara ndataura kuti
Because
France
ine vanhu
ndagara ndataura
vakawanda
kuti France magets Germany
ine vanhu
ikangobuda
vakawanda
mumagroup stage
vanogona
yaipa, and then
Manje
ine
Spain
vanhu
me I'm
vanogona
just seeing
Spain Spain Argentina Portugal Germany France. Inini ndiri kufungidzira kuti a European team is going to win.
Okay. But
yeah.
Oliver, what do you think
France.
about the notion irutaurwa by most analysts yekuti because of the climate that most of the games will be played in, the European teams may struggle because of the heat.
Yes,
In
Europe.
America, usually it's the South American countries who usually win there because
Yeah.
they
Club World
can
Cup.
control the
That's
tempo.
very true, but Spain kunopisa kutodarika zvimwe vakatora kuti 20 World Cup 2010 kuchipisa kuSouth Africa. Yes, the European countries will struggle, but the black players are kutambira
Yeah.
Europe. They are better off in terms of that environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cancelo, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, given the fact that the Club World Cup was once played in America, I'm not sure if there'll be a problem. But because there are those cooling breaks after every 25 minutes, I think it'll be fine. Sorry, OJ, did you talk about Ivory Coast? Mama Town is Ivory Coast yet because
No,
it's
no,
dangerous.
we're just starting Nyaye World Cup right now, so you can
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted
What
to
do
hear
you
what
yeah,
my take saying on Ivory Coast because they just beat France.
on Ivory Coast?
Easily. Yeah.
Ivory Coast, there's a lot of interesting young players, likes of is it Ahmad? The likes of Diomande, the one who's in demand these days.
Vanozopera mweya pamberi apo. Vanopera mweya pamberi apo. Vanokwanisa kunge vachitamba but panozoponja kumberi uko.
Experience in terms of midfield is Casey Ivorian here and it Frank Casey.
Yeah, he's
So that's a bit of experience.
Mm.
Who's the other one in midfield?
Yeah.
Ivory Coast.
My only worry, I always say this, we always focus on the players and forgetting about the coaches.
Yeah.
Could we focus really on the experienced players? No. They've got this player, they've got this player, they've got this player. But who is behind those players? Are who kinda some fillers? Hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. Are they capable of winning anything?
Mm-hmm.
Baba
That's my
vakomana
other
endombolo.
only
Vakomana
worry.
endombolo. Vakomana Wilfred, vakomana endombolo vachakuitira surprise.
Who is their coach?
Zvina basa izvo vakahwirira Nigeria asina kana basa nacoach. Vakabva vaenda kudo
You see?
kanorowa futi. Vakomana endombola hajaidze mufesi anenge akangomira akadai. Bhola richikwenywa mudhara. I tell you, they are getting.
You see now.
Most African teams are getting out of their groups. Most African teams.
The Cameroon
Kusara
coach
South Africa.
is
Kusara South Africa.
South Africa. South Africa.
Why? Why South Africa? Why South Africa, Sarah?
No, I've watched
Because
South African
they've
friendlies.
been
They are not
challenged.
playing good. South
Eh?
Africans havasi kutamba bhora. They are,
Like,
build up player
Please speak
yakanaka
in
but end
English,
product.
especially on South Africa, because we need to tell them.
Yeah. For the South Africans, honestly, I've
Okay.
watched
Do you remember that
their
game?
friendlies. Go on, Mr. Wilfred.
Do you remember the first game Reku South Africa World Cup? It was South Africa versus who?
Mexico
Mexico.
again.
Yeah.
Chabalala.
But of late, like South Africa, they
Saka
have been
zvachinjwa.
consistent. Since AFCON, Afura, they have been consistent in terms of winning. But they've got a good squad.
Do you know the reason why?
Yeah.
Do you know the reason why consistency yanga ichinetsa South Africa?
Why?
Yes.
It's because their first 11 in the Tambera Sundowns, they have been playing so many games.
Okay.
They have just won the African football now. Recently, I think, was it last week?
Champions League. Two,
Yeah.
3 weeks
Champions
ago.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then those same players, do wanenge varimo futi national team South Africa.
Yeah, because now like it's
So
8 players
you
from
can
Orlando Pirates, 8 players from
But you find with almost 60%
or maybe
of the players in the first 11 yes, they're Sundowns.
Mm.
they're Sundowns players. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, my point was earlier was the if you look at some of the countries that improve in terms of football, is because they've invested more in their coaching staff. Meaning to say, kuti
Yeah.
teams aya madikidiki aya aita madikidiki aya aita underdogs aya vatora macoaches mahombe ava vakavafila national teams avo quietly vachingoita zvinhu zvavo vakangonyarara. Mateams aya mamwe achiri kungostruggle ndo aya achiri kungodhila nema-local coaches like vanana Japan, vanana India. You know, India they've got vangatone their local coach and so forth and so forth. So
What did you
and
say,
Japan
Kenny?
plays beautiful football. I'm
Yeah,
saying like
but
don't
they
write
won't
it off.
win
Like don't
anything.
write Japan off.
You think
no,
they
havana
can shock
kwavanoenda
a
ndozvatiri
favorite?
kutaura kuti inini vane pavanogumira because bhora iri rikai pane parinozosvika pangu pokuti unozoona kutoti aya uku kwakuita kwakochi manje iyi yaplay yako wakada kutaurisa gembe rearsenal nepsg ndakudzosere kumashure waitoona kuti arsenal yakanga yaitwa neupper hand than psg. But do you know coach zvakaita akatoona kuti pana munhu akada kuti ndiinde navo ndiite pound for pound with these guys, I might end up losing this game. So unovatambisa rimwe bhora rekuti vanozoenda vakutoganda right, these guys are not good with penalties and they now mapena ikoko. And PSG lately they've been lucky with penalties. They knocked Liverpool out no penalties last season in the semi-final. They've always been knocking people with the penalties. So what do? You change your script with guys now 50-50, we might end up losing this game. So those are the kind of coaches we're talking about now. Jean-Pierre with the coach with Spain, he's a very good coach.
But
and
you watch
the way he,
see Arsenal yakaita one shot on target the whole game. So I mean, Arsenal yakaita one shot on target the whole game. Have it. Did you notice?
Yeah.
Yes, because the reason being, it's what can I say? PSG, in as much as they were making so many passes, vanga vane low blocking vevaitamba yakanga iri more like a 7 at the back. All the 3 midfielders and their fullbacks, they were not moving as much as they always do. So if you are going against 7 people at the back, it's not easy. Because you wakada kuisa vanhu vakawanda futi kuno kuti unobetsera munhu wenyu ari one uko mavhura futi kuno. And those 3 guys vepsg vaya vekumberi vaya havatombodekana vanhu makaita 10 vari 3 vanopedza nei. Kune help inobva kumidfield nekumashure. You see, that's the difference.
Akomana
unofanira kuunderstandawo kuti
Wilfred, bhora iri richatambwa iri akomana. Bhora iri richatambwa. Ini ndoda kungoti hangu Zifa yakatiitira zvakanaka palast game. I was actually impressed by the way how they played. and how they organize the Unity Cup. Though the final, the third place and everything, yakaitwa overtaken ne UEFA, but Mazimbos in all over UK came to support. So I think such things. No, but I think next time we need the Zifa president to be there, so that zvimwe zvinhu vanokwanisa kuzvinzwa vega nekuona vanhu. Dzimwe hasha dzinoita vanhu is because they don't see vanhu vacho. But the overall, I think the support that they got from Anamasha Gore, Anachichi, ourselves, our Facebook, at Antitoripo, and that's when you find we did a lot. So that investment, I think it goes a long way. But challenge atakuita ndeyekuvakadzi manje. Kuvakadzi uku tanyanya kurohwa baba. Do you know that one time Zimbabwe was a powerhouse? Takaenda kuma Olympics when Taro and Cameroon. But Zambia has actually surpassed us. South Africa, they've always been ahead. Now because Takuro and Tanzania and Lesotho, what is really happening? You find good even now as investor in that one go to bora rich cards and category Sierra Caro. If Maruzira are good a coach when we mighty warriors, Ariwa no Kaitano Tembo will not last more than 3 games.
Yeah, I think
But
as we were
vakaluza pana
discussing earlier.
final vangu vari kuma and vakaluza final yeka vakaluza kuma vakambotamba games mangani ko.
They played 2 games. They won against Lesotho 2-1. It was not a good game. 3-1, I mean. It was not a very good game. They played okay in the second half, so they won 3-1 versus Lesotho. But then versus Zambia, yeah, they lost 3-0. They were totally outclassed. It could have been more because Zambia even missed the penalty. Yeah, the problem with the ladies, I don't just blame the coach. If you go on the page here, Zimbabwe Women's Premier Soccer League, and you see the kind of pitches that those women are playing in, if you see the kind of resources those women have, there's absolutely nothing. I think 2 weeks back, a female team actually withdrew from the Premier League because of lack of funds. So imagine Zimbabwe Women's Premier League, sometimes they have to hike to go to games and stuff. And so they go to face Zambia. Zambia, in 6 or 7 stars who are coming from leagues like the US, who are coming from all over Europe. They invested in their girls. They managed to have multi-million dollar worth players who are playing all over the globe. And then they are facing our own girls who are facing such struggles here at home. So, besides the coach, that's a problem as well. But it could also be that Zifa is reluctant to pay for tickets, maybe the same way that they pay plane tickets for the men who come from all over the world, the US and UAE, wherever my players they Tamba, they are coming as men, but we don't see the same scouting for the men kuma females. So in that way, if we face good teams like Malawi and Zambia, we'll always lose. I don't know what you guys see there.
Yeah, ndizvo. I think you're spot on there. Tine kaunga kuverengera katinoita so tozoda kuzoitira action kana zvazoshatisisa tazofila kuti nah, it's bad and so forth and so forth. But yeah, I've been watching those girls playing. You can actually see again, given kuti vakaona munhu anazovataurira bhora poyanzitoita maselections avanenge ari nani and so forth and so forth. They are a good team. But kungoti but they will be fine. Kana vakazorangariro pakumberi avo kuti zvinhu zvanyanya manje. I think maybe one way with a solution to solve that in Green. But ichini chinogadzirisika chaicho chavasikana chacho. Because I think if varume, I think ringi rada kugadzirika once ratongopera kugadzirwa vakufokasawo neravakadzimai kuti rinyatsopinda in shape.
Yeah.
Saka muri kuti chiyapo
Back to World Cup.
Scotland hard rock
Or
Scotland
ZPSL.
muri kuti kuti ya
Scotland vanogona kutamba but havagwini.
aiwa muri kukanganwa kuti vanhu vakatora league iri last season.
They took the league with a pragmatic coach, Wuzindiraya. I think for me, Soriken is your favorite coach. For me, Mapesa is a very emotional guy.
Yeah, he is.
But tactically, from where I've seen him to Zimbabwe, with the Zimbabwe team, and even when he has gone into the African safari with the various teams that he has gone with, I feel Mapesa is a very emotional guy. I think he's a guy who's able to groom my players in terms of telling them how he wants to play. But tactically, kana tazopinda in a game situation. If I say Kaindu is on the other side of the touchline and Mapesa is on this side, I would go with Kaindu than Mapesa. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think.
Kaindu got lucky, they gave him money, and then he can do wonders as long as the money is there.
Musamunyebere Kaindu agone bhora mudhara atore kana Mapesa aripo. Azviite izvozvo. Kaindu atore kana Mapesa aripo. Kaindu will be a very good number 2 or number 3 because take sure ndiye arikuda kutomuchitora number 2 guys.
Kaindu, you need to notice with coach Islanders and Singapi Mari like the other clubs.
Exactly.
Twice.
So there's something to notice. But now I want an institution like a proper one that is funding, that is willing to, that is betting on him.
Yeah.
So he has got higher chances like of doing.
Yeah, Fred, what's your take on that?
Inini ndambotaura paya kuti wokuwina handewekuwina baba. Kana wangojaira kuwina unongowina chete.
So wekuwina ndiana.
Shoko rangu inini. Scotland.
So which one? Scotland.
They will do everything. They will do everything to make sure that they win. And they will win.
Including pay referees.
Vanotowina chete zvokuti vazowina sei kana kuti zvazvimwe but they are going to win. Vanotowina chete vanhu ivavo. Vanotowina. And trust me, vanowina vanhu ivavo.
Fred, did you say your real team is Islanders?
No, I said my father used to play for Islanders.
Your father played for Islanders. So
hello?
What do you say about Caps? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nah, good. Now I should transfer from my phone to this machine.
Okay.
No.
All right. So Kenny, which team are you running with for World Cup?
I think Portugal and England has got better chance to.
Fred, I think on an echo, probably you have 2 devices.
No, I've since switched it off.
England and Portugal.
England and Portugal. Okay. And did you say your African team? What's your African?
I just think I'll just go with South Africa but after it gets knocked out, I'll see Senegal and any. I think all of them. or Morocco, something. Any of them.
Okay.
Egypt.
I actually don't like South Africa.
Is it because of what is happening? Well, it can be an imposed hate,
It's
political imposed hate on South Africa. That is what is happening now.
yeah, it's partly that. It's partly that, and for me, our rivalry with South Africa is like Liverpool versus Man U. So, as a Liverpool fan,
Yeah.
if Man U goes to the UEFA Champions League, I'm never gonna support Man U. I'll support the other team. So it's the same for me with South Africa. Whichever team they are playing, I'll support the other team, no matter what.
Okay. But us will
Then,
support it.
then in
This
terms
time,
of quality
uh,
or technically,
yeah,
South Africa, I think Hugo Bruce is a good coach. Um, I
yeah,
think
he
he
is.
built that team, but I think they will always be hamstrung by Ranch Mutaro na Fred Rekuti. They depend on Sundowns players much. Then lately they also have a bit of my Orlando Pirates players, and then probably they will have the likes of Lau Foster bringing in some quality from the foreign based leagues. But I feel they lack that X factor. I don't think the likes of Mofokeng.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a good
forgetting. I'm
player. I don't
forgetting.
think he's a player who's got a killer instinct that is gonna shine at the world stage. Uh, I don't know the other one. Is it Apollis from the other side?
Yeah, police, yeah.
Tidy
Oh,
player.
it's quick,
Yeah, quick.
but it's more like a Mongameli for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I
In
feel about
approach,
South Africa.
in table home quality.
Teboho, I think he would
Yeah,
have been a world class player if he hadn't stayed in South Africa.
yeah, definitely. Because he knows ball.
Yeah, Teboho is a good player. But with Kenny, as Sambotaro and Fred, they just ended Champions League 3 weeks back, and it. Um, yeah, so I don't know.
Not to feel like you feel the impact. You see the impact, Yashona, Batama players at some point, because you can't tell me the goalkeeper is from Sanders. All the defenders are from Sanders. Maybe one, in as much as you've got a bunch of good players coming from a certain club, Nemango one and then another club as well, which is Orlando Pirates. Also, I'm going to a few. I don't go from one. Vakatadza kucoordinate vanhu nevavo because of their rivalry before. It's just like combining players from Manchester United and Liverpool
Yeah.
to have like a national team. Of course, you might have a good team, but sometimes it doesn't work. Pane paitodawo mumwe munhu anofanira kutamba nemunhu anorespekta alongside him and so forth and so forth. Ndo nyaya
Yeah.
yandatavarespect here kuti the likes of Neymar being brought back zvinezvo zvinechitoreva to the Brazilian team because vanenge vachiona pane zviri kuleka pateam iyoyo. So the fact that he's back, it means kuti anenge ane zvaanotounza muteam. Ndosaka ndaimbotaura inini, and I will always say this and I will say it again. Kuti Zimbabwe right now, in terms of our own country, our nation, the only missing link is Nyasha Mushwekwi, Paganman. No matter how old he is, but he is the person wokuti iye makamutambisa pagani vapfana vari kuuya ava vamuri kuona ava munhunga ava. I'm telling you, tinenge taneteam yekuzoti we now have a finisher who can finish for us. Andona saka ndozvamufanana neipapa kuti mune vapfana vanenge vari kuda kupuruvha zvakawanda, but kana watone munhu asisina chekupuruvha ari ndiye ari pagani he's born to score because anenge ingoudza Bafana kuti atikwadzidza no isabhora enda kamusabhora bhora gobhora. That's what we need. Saka ndo panotaura kuti paselection pauno select team pepe ziva zvauda kuita uye ndizviri kusvika papi ndo challenge one ino yamapeza yamachambotaura mapeza anongada kuunza munhu wese ipapo vanhu vese vanogona and then akuzovashandisa kwacho manje kune nguva kunetsa manje indoda kocha anoziva kuti anoda kungoti hadi vanhu vanoshambisira vakawanda but achikuita maresults like what Kayundi is doing now. The only person watingangoti ari nani is mfana yeye watiri kuti kunational team asati akwanisa kuona uyu Navaya, because Navaya is a finisher. He can finish. Saka iwe tawapana anoshanda chete kunzo gonoshanda inopana anomhaina bhora eno anocrossa bhora enounza kuti akacrossa bhora Navaya akangorwana bhora he can score. That's what you need. Sometimes you don't need stars to play because wakaona stars ndo disadvantage yandinozopa mufesi uyu coach week South Africa Hugo kuti anoda vapana veSundowns vanoziva kuti vane mapatterns avanotamba already kuclub kwavo iye haana zvakawanda zvokutaura patimu yayo chake chete kungovandudza kungoti kusabhura ndo zvaanenge achingokuita patimu pepa haungonyatsoona input yake kuti input yakoche no utoona kuti bhora iri is club level
copy and paste
rangoconvertwa into national team hapana zvambotaurwa saka zvinofana vanouya kunana vakuziva kunana Orlando Pirates vanenge vangoita zvavanenge vangoda manje because system yeSundowns hayo havamo.
So what do you see on Senegal and Ivory Coast?
Ivory Coast it's one of those teams again yandinofila kunge vanorespecta coach wavo, their current coach, just like Senegal. They respect that guy, which is a good thing. Though Ogana coach and respect from his players. Coach I know my players are not gonna go fear ground. My players are very costly. Though I'm not gonna go to Boram Gedi. Havatambi bhora rinoshambisira rakanyanya strike but ngaende kuseri kwenetuko vanogona iniva ndo vamwe vanhu vangu vemani game vanoziva kutamba bhora vane Senegal iyoyi mfana weyasaa weya vaina mane kumberi kuyaka they've got a very good combination yekuisa bhora mugate those two. Even Jackson of course haasi hake like a 100% strike out tingatoti we can bank on him, but the fact yekuti paBayern Munich pamuimprove so anoti kuti ndo akuita twaimprove game rake since he has joined
Bayern. The danger yake ndeyekuti he makes runs, so
you see that's him. Ndosaona Cole Palmer kusisina bhora kuchelsea because Cole Palmer, yes, Cole Palmer was made by Jackson. Jackson is the one who made Cole Palmer. The Zitara Cole Palmer, it was Nicholas Jackson.
Okay. Senegal, I like it because they're a pragmatic team. I think they've got solid midfielders. Na Papisa, na Idrissa.
Going,
They've got solid midfielders. So I think World Cup you do need and then also be able to keep the ball.
Nekuti kwai kwababa kunomakwa bhora kwai bhora rinomakwa ende matroopers enyama emviti tinoda kuita ekuda kubreka malines aya vanenge vachitomaziya already vakomana vaya vanenge vachitomaziya ivo chavanongoya chete nacho is kungotamba kukupaiwo munonga anyinzi matroopers amusati mamboona mimi ekuti unongoita kuti hey bhora rakatambwa apa risati amboriona. That's what they are good at. Vanokutambira mamwe mapasi ekuti mimi you know that's the only thing why I love these South American teams and these European teams. They vanetungeti maplays avanouya so vakuzokuitira iso twamuningi musati mamboona tokuti ukaona totambwa unoona tinoda kudzoka twakutambwa manje kunga Africa even yangu kuengland nyangwe wherever vanhu vakuzotamba but
Yeah.
vanenge vakuratidza kamwe kanhu so kekuti munongoti hei ndiipi iri kutambika panapa bhora ramune musati mambosangana naro. Why? Because vakomana vaya kana vachiselecta team dzavo vachiunza squad yavo yekunzi 30 baba, how many population in Brazil munoziva kuti inononga nini?
There are many.
But kuona iwo kuchitorwa 30 man squad paBrazil baba, pa 30 nemamillions ari muBrazil meme kunenge kuchitorwa mutovhu chete,
Cream.
chete kwete zvokumbura hanzi ari kunzi uyapinde iwo kuona iwo vanana Richarlison vachisiwa kunzi uri off form. Mfana wepasi chose uyanzani yambogweza uyu anzani uyu
Esteval.
Esava Tombo mutaure
João
João Pedro. Ona João Pedro wakumbosiwa onzi right boys. João Pedro mamuna zvamamuchita paChelsea apa imimi iwo ziyewo kuti tiri kuona bhora kwete zvokuti hanzi nyangwe dziri dzimwe nyika nyangwe munhu ari ofu munomutoziva zvamaita zvogara ita zvarinakamba kuti you know sometimes he's not playing but zita rake ndo number 1 rinodedzwa because he is the captain. Ngatele kuti komana bhora rakazotambwa naCasemiro second half because he knew kuti achaende kuWorld Cup kuti Manchester United ipinde muChampions League it's Casemiro. Are you aware? Manchester United did not Champions League because of Casemiro right now. He scored, he assisted, I block my shots. I should block my Teresa. He was the one who was there because he knew he has to work very hard.
If you have your young woman, like if you not like him, but in an injury, he was going to be there in that squad. Because Bafana is very talented. He's exceptional. They are no woman in the we are no piece of.
Yeah. And Ghana, I don't have much knowledge of their squad. I know the likes of Semenyo. But I'm not sure if there are any other young players who've come up lately. Because we know Semenyo, we know the Ayu brother, Jordan.
Yeah, of course. I think they are now starting from the bench. I think kuna namfana uyu ana Kudus ndo ari kuka Ghana.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They've got a very good strike force. They've got good guys, Matamba Kumberi as well. They've got a very stable midfield, so to speak. And they've got a very good defense. It's a good team overall. Ndakangona briefly game ravo ravakasa 1-1 iro against was it against I don't know which team. They actually won that game. Vakatoenda 1-0 but vakatodzorwa I think 89 minutes and then Barista draw. It's a good team.
Okay.
Right, but
yeah,
like I said earlier, you know
and they've brought in Carlos Queiroz
as the coach.
Yeah.
Do you know Queiroz? Queiroz is it the Mexican one?
The Portuguese Angari assistant were fake.
Oh yeah. Remember that guy? Yeah. He's a good guy. But team here no needs coach.
Yeah, it's tricky. Then Morocco, Cape Verde, DRC.
It's a coach Senegal than that. Cape Verde, very good team as well. Yeah, very good team in my opinion. But they will be tested for the first time because uchaona iwewe kuti at the end of the day shatinenge takuzongotarisa ma levels ekuti players edu atina mu squad mate anotisisa papi.
Yeah,
those zvinoita kuti mateams akawanda kuAfrica akasike kubuda mu first round.
Yeah,
because those top teams chavakadzidziswa iwo ndechekuti they always win magames avanofanira kunge vachiwina. Ma-African teams they always win ma-dead rubbers. Kuti
With
game
no
risina
pressure.
basa riya ndo rinowina with an African team.
Yeah.
Rine basa racho.
DRC has an interesting squad too.
They have, but I think they lost yesterday again against. They played again, and they were lost actually 3-1. Panaga said it was 3-1. I told us a game. I don't know how they've got a good team, but
Do they have a coach then?
yeah. And one way my team I got na Venezuela. Vanana ningiri vaitorowa. You see? In Venezuela ichiuya ku Europe kukawo. Inenge itoverengwe kuzi itombutarisirwa nzi team inenge ichiverengwa. But ikanzipuwa ma-African teams inenge
They
ichimarowa.
will beat you.
Why?
Why?
Why? Inenge itonzi shiri yeuko. But the moment they end with an African
They
team,
always beat us.
they always beat us. Nyango watona an African team yakalida 1-0. Si game ri was it Ghana rakazoenda ku extra time ne Uruguay re Rashwaris rakazibata re. Ona roti
They had no reason to lose that game.
wapedza game. Satochinja. Sakutoda iso you dare to enda kumberi. Is the mentality. Saka pane time yekuti of course you cannot test your mentality kana game ratopo because kana takusvika ma 70 minutes 80 minutes sometimes it's not about fitness. No.
Yeah.
Fitness in a row yayo. Fitness in my opinion inoshanda in the first 20 minutes. Ndo panoshanda fitness wao. Kana takuenda kudenga mango matobata team for 20 minutes which means fitness wise muri kuenderana. Muri kudonzerana hapana kuremu. But makubva ipapo manje makunokwidza the 70 minutes idzo. Then mind manje zvamusoro manje. Takudila apa manje apa brain up. Kuti brain wise where are we? Nditi ndipo ndikuwa kuona yo Neymar wanenge akutanga ngooma ari pabench apa. Ari kungooma chete hana asati apinda. Ari kungooma kana Messi ari kungooma ari pabench apa asati atombopinda munhu ngiri. Vanhu vakutotanga kutopanika muground havachatoconcentrate nezvo vari kuita muground. Vakutoti akumana munhu wewe nhamo yaya kutotanga kuuya muground. So zvinhu zvinoitwa nemacoaches anotoziva coaching kutoti play nevanhu ava na takada kuenda navo 50-50 vanotorova vanhu vamwe vanototinetsa togona kutadza kuti vadya todrowa. Saka watinovaita sei tinombovaisira mapombi panze dzinenge chingori panze chete dzakangogara panze apa dzisina zvazviri kuita. Kana nguva yazokwana manje takuzongovadedza right half time tongoisa vari 3-1. Imagine yo iri France iri kunza Dembele Mbappe namupana wepaBayern Munich uyu anonzi nyika kakanza ndikatamba lita Olise 3-1 baba vakangomira paline up vari 1-2-3 vari paline up vari papa ungoziva kuti front 3 yakuchinja. Unoziva kuti mana tamboni but it's not about fitness. What is it all about? It's all about the mind. Saka why is it my African teams they always suffer when it comes to minds? Ndipapa tokugadzirisa kapachina ipapo kuti vakagadziriswa uko they can play against anyone just like what they do pavanouya kunoku ku Europe kuno vaitamba na England. What bit good players unongoitonetsa vana Salah unongoitonetsa tonza Salah imagine kuti being the top goal scorer for how many seasons but amuna varungu vari munhu mhereka ndinono ndiye but zvinoreveshika nazoenda World Cup why can't she score? He can't because watone imwe environment yasiyana neyawanga nayo club level. Ndo maareas achona ma-issues anonetsa World Cup iwayo. Saka ndataura ndakati World Cup saka ndambonzwa zvambotaura nyaya na Portugal. Reason why vanhu vachida Portugal is vanoziva kuti ine vanhu vanopanisha. Vanoziva kuti kana yangu yagoisa bhora tiri kuisa bhora mugedhe. It does not go.
They are ruthless.
They are ruthless. If you don't have ruthless strikers, midfielders, even my defenders anopinda both side cross, hauna kwauri kuenda. But those are the patterns anogadzirwa nemacoaches kuti bhora redu isusu rinofambwa so kana takufamba direct tinofamba so kana takupinda nezvokuti vanhu vanzwise kuti tapinda sei tinofamba so kana takupinda zvepower tinopinda so because madimensions ese amunoita akasiyana siyana. hamune muchiita imimi munoshinyasenyasezwa zvinhu zvaunogadzira iwewe kuti rimwe bhora haritombode kuita zvingangiringa rinoda kwesmart. So this game we have to be smart. Iri ratinoriita titomborita zvepower zvefirst 70 minutes 20 minutes vanhu vashandisa power rese takushandisa brain tohwina iri game redu whether tazorihwina 1-0 kana kuti 2 haiwa zvazvimwezvo. But do you have the quality now inokupa power inokupa hauna unongotorina navhaya pabenji mudhara. Saka ndomedza
anyway, just to touch two things. Have you been following the drama regarding visas and tickets? Seems Trump is working very hard to sabotage the spirit of this World Cup. I hope it won't be the worst World Cup. Because the propaganda was saying, yeah, Qatar will be the worst World Cup, but it ended up very good. Russia, they also having propaganda, it will be a bad World Cup, but it ended up very good. But now it seems like the USA, who say they are the standard bearers, they are seemingly organizing a very disastrous World Cup.
in my opinion inini izvi zviriko izvi zvagara zviriko. Iwo pataimboenda kumaafcon maworld cup qualifiers paya pataimboenda kuna Nigeria paya tichiswa mahotera inenge iri kana kuti 300 kilometers away from the main stadium, mozorowamo nebhazi baba makuenda kutambira bhora kwaMutare baba. It's there, hakuna taiona even paAfrican paya Cup of Nations kipa weNigeria achitorirwa tauro rake kuchinaya. Because at the end of the day, what do we want to do? We want to win. Saka even vanhu vakatoya neattitude iyo yekuti hey chakata it's an upper hand to America. Because vanongada kuti win World Cup America. Imi handimwe hamusitomboyi panga pachitaurwa nyaya yekunzi favorites to win the World Cup hapana kana mention America kapa.
No, they are not in our thoughts.
Iwo ndoziziva kuti mese muri kutoti tiri maunderdogs hatina chatinogona. Saka ivo vanongoti aiwa isi totamba bhora redu outside the ground. By the time yatinozosvika kunzi bhora raukayo muri kutoziva imimi kutoti tiri kuita something behind the scenes. Muri kutozviziva imimi haizvi makutoziva kuti America iri kutoita something behind the scenes. Saka ndo zvarinoitwa bhora kudaro. Whether muri kuda imimi pamakaita kuSouth Africa papa South Africa yaitoita noise nemavhuvhuzela. Varungu vaitaura kuti hatizvizive zvenoise zvamuri kutiitira zvemavhuvhuzela. Vhuvhuzela rairo baba 90 minutes risinganyarare. Rakazongonyaradzwa naDiego Forlán chete paitamba South Africa neUruguay. Paakarwa bara ari pasenda papa rakanokuwa rere. Ndo pakazongonyarara mavhuvhuzela chete ipapa. Otherwise pasina izvozvozvo vhuvhuzela rakarwa tournament yese. Mana chikomplain about vhuvhuzela raingorowa. Why? Because vanhu vari kutokomplaina kakuti hatiri indima kutoti aiwa ndopata kutorirowa manje.
Kenny, what's your view on the issue?
To be honest, I think the government board is playing like they knew they know like how USA is doing, like even like in terms of political, but the Russia, the way they acted with Russia, they are not doing the same with they are not going political with USA and even Israel. So even what is happening now, like even what is happening now, the governing board of FIFA was supposed to intervene on such an issue. Or on such an issue, these are like small issues that are supposed they were supposed to have arranged and done or everything, and knew what the possible outcomes that might happen or even consequences that they might face. Like they were supposed to be the ones that are helping. Now you find a club being searched, like maybe they're armed robbers. Have you noticed what's happening? What's happening like in those visa places? Like the clearance part of it. It's not okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's very strange. And
Uh,
that ref has been told Kuti is not going to referee at the World Cup, and FIFA has
yeah,
confirmed it. And
for that ref, I think it's punishment in a certain way. They are punishing him for his old. Do you see like his old tweets and
I
his
saw the
old?
tweets. Some people are saying that they are fake tweets, but
Oh,
even still, if uh, if America says they don't want free speech, and if they say they are the kings of free speech, so
yes.
if it's free speech, is it free speech in your favor only, or it's free speech with regards to everyone?
I think what I've noticed, like with the current Trump administration, and is free speech for Americans, if you've noticed. But for those that are not Americans and they start having that kind of free speech, that's why you see, like in other places of America, there's ICE. That is going like in those places where there are most people that are coming from other countries, because they've noticed that maybe these people, they are saying this about our nation, whilst they don't belong, because they term them as like they don't belong like in this place. But these are the same people that say bad things and do protests and do this kind of things. So you notice, like it's like it is the same as it is. In another way, if you see it like in an American perspective, it's a good thing. Like protecting your own country. Like even like what is happening in South Africa, maybe the other things that we don't like it, like the way they are doing it and stuff. But from a South African point of view, you'll be like, if these things, maybe if the people maybe are doing like bad things, you'll be like, it's okay what you're doing, but it's being done in a wrong way. The government is supposed to be the one doing that, not this way whereby it's now becoming like mob justice or mob something, which is very bad,
Yeah,
because what's happening is so inhuman in a way.
yeah. The treatment of people hasn't been good. Like you
Yeah.
saw the South Africans, they had to travel late. There are many other teams that are having to travel late. I think the Senegalese have also been having issues with their visas as well.
Yes.
So yeah, in that regard. Of course,
Uh,
Fred did talk about dirty play that happens in Maos, but I think it shouldn't extend to Zoshkapakti. All teams are now struggling with visas based on political views. Yet they say
we,
football
we
mustn't.
because United States, if United States really wanted to if it wanted like to host it, it knew that it was going to host, and these are the kind
Yeah,
of things that happen when you're hosting. People, fans, they travel from all over the world to come and watch. But if you're now denying them, you're
yeah,
denying the stakeholders, like the players, the major stakeholders. Because the players are like the major stakeholders, and also the coaching
mm,
department. People are coming to watch them perform. We are now denying them entry. We are now like what they've done like to Iranian team. It's bad.
yeah,
You know, because you can't play and say that after a game you need to be out of the country and then you come for another one. That doesn't make sense.
yeah. Politics is getting too much. Anyway, the last thing, did you guys see the test game or the so-called test game that was played at National Sports Stadium? Um, we saw a few weeks back, Sakunda was said to have handed over the stadium to the authorities. Uh,
Uh,
so when they did that, I thought it meant that the stadium was now done and we can freely play in it. But yeah, so that the pitch was being patched up before the game. The seats are not painted; they're not so visible. The general perimeter is not manicured, so though the turnstiles, electronics turnstiles, they seem to be working. Then the toilets, they are not well done. So I was wondering, could the Canadian Stadium mega hand were over? zvairevei?
No, I wanted to give you like the amount, the cost.
Yeah.
Yekuisa new tape. Nasi kutaura zvemasitsi zvangu. Zvemasitsi sikumbotaura nezvo. Ndambotaura zvema
Zvetef.
Right, sorry about that. Zvetafe chete.
Okay.
Anditika kungonziwo mangogadzira tafe chete imini kuti ingoye standard. Anditika yakaita kana kuti sei iri kuOld Trafford. Mafigures achona tikakutaura mafigures acho unogona kufunga bonga Fred ari kunyeba.
Okay.
Anditi it doesn't cost that much.
Okay.
Nema millions amuri kungoesta muchita so and so forth and so forth and so forth. Unotozonyara unosvika pakunyara utoti yeah ndo mamirira zvakaita but ndinoda ngokudza hangu njengoti isusu atidi kutaura zvakawanda panyaya yeground raya nekuti tinozvinonyadzisa as people. Magrounds aya anofanira kunge achigadzirwa mune zvakanaka, but it shows kuti akusiri kune agenda yedu even nyangwe kana tawana contract yekuti tigadzire chinhu ichocho, because ground rinoda kupuwa vanhu vanounderstanda bhora racho.
Yeah.
Iwo kangonditora inini kuti uyaunde vakiro imba ndisiri kana bhirida inini pandotofunga standard ndofunga kuti imba yakatonaka inenge itori isiriyo than painofanira kunge itori. Saka ndo problem hombe ikuitika iyoyo kuti mimi mungataura mimi kuti Sakunda yakazotanga kugadzira maground ebhora riini zvarini, but anyway
Exactly.
maresults makamaona hazvishandisa izvozvo. Izvi zvinoda vanhu vanoziva kugadzira magrounds. Ipai vanhu macontracts, vanhu vanoziva kuita basa ravo. Ndo mafungiro angu. Otherwise tinenge tichiswera tichitenderera hedu pane chinhu chiri unnecessary kuzopanana mhosva, ona izvo. The moment yamunongoti tipeiwo makagadzira maground mangani tisati takupai tender mobva mati 0, then patone question mark already. At least kana makagadzirawo 1 ka nyangwe richitambirwa Sunday League, nyangwe richitambirwa nemabhuza takanoriona even nyangwe risina kunaka toti aiwa wakambogadzira ground waruma. Kwete kuti unotaura kuti ramunoti ndo racho renyika racho ramunotarisira racho renyika racho ndo ramunopa vanhu vasati mugadzira kana ground. Takambotaura nenyaya example yemagrounds ari takati ari pachizviya pachikoro apa chiprimary school iri apa pagateway.
Yeah.
Takati wakambona magrounds pagateway. I've known those grounds since my 90s. And they have been like that since then. Anambobvera amboshinja zvaro. Uchipfuura nemota uchidrive pepo uchinda pana uri muna chesime uchinda pa old mutual pepe unongoshingoona the green yagara for makore akawanda yakangoita zvayakangoita izvozvo.
Yeah.
Kunguvabvunzawo kana kunguvaporosha vanhu vawanda ngo vasina havo basa yavo muti iro munogona kurigadzira here. We could have had a better ground than the one we have right now in National Sports Stadium. Utsvagawo munhu anogonawo kuitawo zvemasitsi uitawo zvemasitsi. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Ndo mafungiro angu. But kana wakanditoro iwe wakanditi uya undigadzire chakati ini ndisingagondongodi endo kuchigona nekuti ndiri kuda mari. Rume. Ndanda zvakawanda zvokutaura panyaya yeground but ndakanyara asi ndakareba nchinyara nenyaya yezvimwe zvinhu zvinoitwa so mamwe decisions inyaya yemadecisions atinoita. Some of the decisions which we make towards the national interest are poor. Ndikunyebere atidi kumbotaura nenyaya yemari kuti mari yakabuda pai.
No.
Kana totozoti pakabuda mari iri worth kugadzira magrounds, but basa rearia inini hangu haibve ndichibva kufifa kudzoka futi ndotanga kutaura kuti ndaitoti ngaritovharwa futi ground ritange panyowani because basa rakaitwa paya pababa it's below standard. It's below standard.
So why is it that the thing that angered me more was that of all the prominent journalists that we see, a coach akangoluza one game to Zimbabwe, they start writing 1,000 word, 2,000 word articles about it. No one is speaking about it. No, this thing is unacceptable. Let's katsira chiri proper. No one is saying that katsira chiri proper, because I believe if something is not nice, it's not good. If you saw my pictures in my toilets, sure munhu angati chamber iri apa au anenge ane chamber yake paside pangu nechamber yangu umwe ane chamber paside apa and we say that's acceptable.
Vanataura kapaipa toita tongokudedzawo zvako wabvoko kuti otivakire mudharo ndogona kuvaka mudharo wabvoko uri kutobvawo zvako mbondiradzowo imba 1 yawakavaka no ndine yandaida kutovaka but kuvaka ndogona tipoka 1 yawakavaka ndisati but ndine yandaida kuvaka saka ndipe basa.
Amjad, do you have anything?
But that pitch is substandard.
Did you say my comrades?
We are very good. Any comments?
Panya Stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium rakaitwa substandard. Yeah, and then on the Kia. We really can endorse something of that quality. I even wonder if you get FIFA to come and look at it, that they will approve something like that. There is no one in his right mind. There's no one in a sane mind who would approve that. Just look at that pitch. Just look at the toilets like this, especially the toilets. That's what we saw. And then the dressing room. There's nothing much which has even changed, even on the dressing rooms. So we can't really say with Basa there wasn't much change. The stadium does not look significantly different from what it was to begin with, which was the state which was condemned.
So what were they intending to test, really?
I have no idea. I have no idea why people were allowed to use that stadium. They shouldn't have used it to begin with. Everything is complete. Then people can judge. Trial run. Ground the TAF is going to sink. Trial run.
Liverpool was creating Mastenza a few seasons back, and so they finished Mastenza and it. What paid the Mastenza? They then called in my safety inspectors and and then they played my test games in pre-season. Pekuti waita wachiwedzera capacity with 5,000. Then we had another 5,000 testing the ground. But if you could see it, it's complete, it's done. Doinon's test match, the job is done. But this time they're saying Sakunda has handed over the stadium to the owners. So what did they hand over? And if you have handed over, do you then repay? I don't get it.
Because I don't even get it. Remember that stadium in its prior state, it looked better than what it's looking now.
Yeah.
National sports present to the nation. It was in a better state than what it is now after it has been renovated. when you are renovating something, you are trying to restore it back to its former glory, at least,
Yeah.
or above. But it's even now worse than what it was before.
Than it was. Yeah.
Then what was the point of doing the renovation work to begin with? Dubanones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Anyway, we discussed much of the stuff. So maybe I would ask you, in terms of the African teams, which one do you think will go the furthest, and anything that you're watching out for the World Cup?
I think we cannot look beyond Senegal and Morocco, the teams that are AFCON final. I think at the moment,
Okay.
those are our best African teams that are out there. So I think Senegal, Morocco, though, that's where my hope is in terms of African
That's
team.
where your money is.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about our neighbors?
South Africa, I see them struggling. Anyway, the opening game is going to tell us more, but because they have
Yeah.
a substandard, not substandard, people, Mexicans will kill me. They
Beware, beware of the mafia. They will come for you.
have not a high quality opposition.
Okay.
It's not, it's not as difficult as being given Argentina or France or England.
Yeah.
Mexico is some team that you guys are enough effort munogona kuvakunda.
Okay. Then pundits have been saying they tip a South American country to win because of the climate. Uh, where do you see the overall winner coming from?
Yeah, the South Americans, I think one point Papa talked about the weather is gonna play is gonna play part in this in deciding who will win this. But I think the quality of the football will speak. I think France is going to win it. Between France and Spain, they will acclimatize, their bodies will acclimatize over time, and they will adjust to the
Okay.
conditions, and then the football will start speaking.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
kana Borara Kutaura, then I think France and Spain are better than the South American teams that are there. Brazil,
Okay.
yes, but Havana number 9.
Igor Thiago.
Wakamona zvaaita. Akapedza season I think the other
You
guy who
don't think
akabva
so?
kuBournemouth was better than him in the final 6 weeks the Premier League than Igor Thiago.
Yeah. Okay. Mama
So
Upete.
this
Mama Upete. Who are you tipping amongst the African teams and then overall?
Morocco. I think Morocco is they've proven kuti they can do it. Morocco, because the coach has changed the team. He's brought in the youngsters who won is it under 20 or the under 20 something, and then
Yeah.
but overall, pound for pound, Portugal is the best team there. That's a balanced team. Portugal is balanced in every aspect.
You're a
They've got
Cristiano fan.
no, actually, they'll win if the coach has the guts to bench him. Portugal will win it. There's just something about how that team plays when he's in there and how they play when he's not in there. It's like those guys, they've realized kuti age Shikaka, he doesn't bring that much to the fore, but because of his presence, because of his name, because of who he is, they're forced kuti vampe bora. And at times, you can realize kuti zvauda kuitaka, with age, pfungwa inenge ichida but mwiri wakunonoka reaction. So it affects the whole thing. But if kana vari vega, if those youngsters are together, you can tell their movement, it's fluid. Those guys, pound for pound, they've got the best midfield quoted in the whole World Cup. They've got Vitinha, They've got Bruno Fernandes.
Mhm.
They've got Joao Neves. And we don't talk much. We don't talk much about this Joao Neves fella. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we see things differently, but I tell you, from PSG to wherever you go, that fella is the unsung hero. That fella is the Angolo Kante. That fella just goes on about his business with no worries about what the media is saying about him. But you can, if you're a football person, you can tell Kuti, that's the guy. That is the
Yeah.
guy. So and
Amongst the African teams, you left out Senegal.
nah, look, the Triangle Lions, they are good, they're okay, but this the problems that they've been having recently, once a team starts having issues just before a kickoff, a major tournament like this, a lot of things
You mean
change.
the
They're not,
visa?
no. Within themselves, there was a problem with the
Okay.
contract with the coach amongst themselves. That really starts the problem. That's issues in the squad. You don't, when a team is when a team goes to tournaments like that, you want everyone focused 100%. You don't want these distractions. Now the players be wondering, is he going? Are they going to bring another coach when we're at this level? So a lot of things start happening. They affect the teams. Psychologically, it affects the teams. And then when I came in, Fredo was talking about Nyekuvaka stadium and all that.
The stadium. Yeah.
Gentlemen, ininangu, like, look, I listened to Fred, and everything he said was on point. Why, if it was your house, would you give a contractor Satambo Aka Imba before to build you a house? Obviously, you
No.
wouldn't do that because Hana proven track record, so you can't give him that. But Isuzu were different. Isuzu Tinongo Panana, I don't know. Kutichiche Chitika. And then that, of all the things, forget the stadium, forget the turf, forget the bucket seats, the toilets. What, what in God's name was that? What in God's name is that? Tell me something. Ukatora first year apprentice right now, ane 3 months atanga, ukamudza kuti toilet iyo, he will tell you without even, not even what apprentice anenge atombopuwa ma-basics.
Grade 1 child.
Grade 1 child might not understand because grade 1s they poor anyway, it doesn't matter, they don't havasarasvika age yoyo. Get a grade 5 kid anokudza kuti where's the privacy about? Sure, three chambers very close to each other, and then the urinary, and then what was wrong with the previous toilets? What was wrong with the previous toilets?
I don't get what they were trying to do. And their defense is they are saying it was a test event. But I'm saying, even for a test event, what
chinhu chinotestwa ndechinhu chakompletwa chavakwa chikapera to the fullest.
OJ.
Saka vari kutaura kuti this is our best, ndo zvataakuita kuti this is what we are presenting.
OJ, there's a saying yekuti, if something is not broken, don't fix it.
don't fix it.
If something is not broken, ka usachigadzire boza hachinambokanyika. They could have improved. In Hangu, the only way I see they could have improved from a toilet from what was there before. And did maybe was the flushing system, maybe make it more modern, put
Yeah, the drainage.
the PVC, the larger pipes, and maybe with some vura, so instead of with problems in my tissue, every time we go, hakuna tissue, isai mvura, my toilets are my jets and mvura. No, seriously, look, seriously, that saves a lot. I never thought my toilets are until I went to coastal town known as Naura, up, and they were there, and I was amazed, like, oh, okay,
They actually work.
they actually work. You just sit there, do your business. So jet spray, that's it. You're done.
Okay.
And they're also designed to meet other people cultures. And there are other people who don't use tissues. And
Yeah.
They use water.
Yeah.
Have you realized that you work with people like that?
Yeah.
But when they go to toilet and they bodurem for
Yeah, of
that's
course.
I'm just
Because
saying.
kunopisa
So
kana uchidya maspice.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that I don't know. Without sounding or being political or stepping on people's toes, let's call a spade a spade. Whoever did that, anfana kusungwa. This is my take. Whoever did that, anfana kusungwa or refund mari akapuwa for doing that. You don't only embarrass yourself, you embarrass the nation as a whole. You see, this is the thing. Chatinokanganwa. When such things happen, you're not embarrassing yourself or Zifa or SRC. You're embarrassing the whole nation, because those that see it from outside, from outside, when people look from
Yeah.
outside, they're not looking at you as an individual. They're looking at you, OJ, as an individual. They're not looking at you, Fred, as an individual. They're looking at Zimbabwe as a whole. Kuti, you're already a representation of Zimbabwe, so their mentalities. Do Zimbabweans behave like this? This is why wherever we go in this world, whatever we do, we need to remember how we were brought up. Tsika nemagariro. We need to remember that, because you're a representation of the country. You're an extension of the people. You're an
Yeah.
extension. So vanenge vachiti, look at these Zimbabweans. Anditya,
Yeah.
if you look at it now, like Australia and the UK, why not the Africans? I have a problem with that. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent. Don't say Africa. If it's a Zimbabwean, say this Zimbabwean. Let it be known kuti uyu Zimbabwean. Canary
Yeah.
mu Somali ita this Somali. Canary mu Nigerian ita this Nigerian. Because if you say
Yeah.
Africans, kune vamwe vanhu who will take that and say every African is like that. So what damage that does is, even if your kids are going to school in bars, they're going to be looked through that lens. Yekuti Africans now they won't even say, this one is Zimbabwean. This one, instead of saying to the other kid, hey, in Zimbabwe, do you guys also do the same? Or in Zambia, do you guys do the same? And I these Africans are
Yeah.
the same. You know what I mean? So eh, this National Sports Stadium ikai, I don't know. I don't know ma tender, the tender process, how they do it and how they end up giving mabasa. But inyaya too, actually, nyema tender ye National Sports Stadium. Whoever did that guy must be arrested. I'm telling you, that guy must be arrested. Or refund mari. Tender process wetu wa futi popo wa munhu akambovaka stadium yayi. Stadium yayi yakavakwa nema-Chinese, isn't it? Haina kwakwa nema-Chinese here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring them back. They built it. Bring them back. They nobody, zanonzi OEM ukashanda makampani inonzi
Yeah.
original equipment manufacturer. Bring him back. Mudzicha ndiwakagadzira uyagadzirisa. Bring him back. Anoziya zvakaita. Ane maplans acho, ane mablueprints acho. You can't get Mseyamwa Ray from kunjanja ukuthi hanzi uyagadzira. Ndakambogadzira toilet kupi nini? Yamunondidaidza kuti ndiyo uzogadzira toilet. Mukandipa mari
Yeah.
ndinotenga mota. Waiziya. Ndinotenga mota. Tengera mhomzo wangu plus because hapana chandoziva kaka. But give munhu anoziva, someone who has got a reputation at stake, someone who wants to sell his business to other potential customers. You know what I mean? And then
And
tabva
kunyadzisa
ipapo,
kwacho manje, the ZIFA president was an employee of Sakunda when the tender was given. So it then gives us a lot of ideas now.
mfesi uya ini nangu ngatingomusiya akadaro, because my second issue yandira kuya nayo ka uyu mukadzi wemighty warriors uyu, guys, inini look, no. Enough is enough, okay? Enough is enough. This lady, ever since she stopped playing for the Mighty Warriors, this lady has been in the setup here coaching Yema Mighty Warriors. Shamari, I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 years now. She's always there. She's achieved absolutely, okay? Absolute. Pardon my French right now. That lady has achieved absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. But guess what? Takanzi, where we are looking for, setting up the technical team for the Mighty Warriors. Guess whose name appears? Papa number one is a coach.
It's always
Queen 15. What the heck, man?
But
She has
Ray,
failed.
does
You
she
can.
have the resources?
Whoa. Resources and coach anogona. Resources or not resources, coach anogona. Unoona ma signs kuti mfesa anoziva uyu. I'm going to give an example. Mfesa ari coach Crystal Palace, right? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Walk with me.
Yeah.
Manditika. Mfesa no coach Bournemouth. Look at those guys. Look at my budget my teams higher. Look at my budget my teams maombe kufura kwavari. Look what those guys have achieved. It has nothing to do with resources. It's his anoziva. They are good coaches mafesa. Right now it's not about resources or whatever. Mukadzi haagoni kocha. You see, urkona the problem we have also as a nation. Ndisu mafans acho. We want to start making excuses for Vanava when they mess up. Already you have taken excuse of the resources. How many times has she been a coach? Pay papas number resources, pay paitaza. All along above. You cannot honestly. You cannot
Ray,
no.
I'll be looking at Zambia as a team then I'll be looking at Zimbabwe. And I'll be looking at where the Zambians are coming from. Then
problem. Mira ndikudze. Problem yebhora. We need to understand bhora. I hope Kev nanozouya obetsera. Bhora ka. Remember takambotaura nyaya sponsorship kunze ngaikwire ndo 3 million andika.
Yeah.
Kuti sponsorship iuye vanoisa mari need to see kuti mari yedu iri kuenda kupi. Munhu wese wants their product to be associated with success. Are you with me? You know that. You're a business guy.
Yeah.
You know that. You've been in Maseko's eye. No one's going to put money when he knows good. I'm getting nothing. My product be associated with loss. Hakuna mnano isa mari. Hakuna. We all know that. Hakuna. That's why my teams, even my preseason, they change from a tanker sponsor from Puma to Adidas or to New Balance or to Nike. It all has to do with success of the team. When the team is doing well, people want to be associated with that product because that product is getting attention, is getting the hype, is getting the hype, it's growing, it's getting a following. No one is going to put money muteam inosvika ichingorohwa ichingobrushwa ichingokorombwa and then you want them to put their money. No, they're not going to do that. They are not going to do that. No one wants to do that. Team ikatanga kuwina, sponsors come. Let's wind back. I don't know how old you guys were. Dream Team, Reinhard Fabish, akauya akatanga kuseta andika achitanga kuita zvaari kuita. He would call specific players that would do what he wanted. Players he knew. You see, Mafesa at times tochifunga kuti vakomana havazive, they know that guy had a soft spot for Moses Chunga. He did. He knew. Because he knew creativity wise hakuna munhu aikunda Mosi. He knew that whatever happened and it was out of the picture. But when the dream team started playing each time zvainoita ma results, those guys vakaita masponsor. You know vakomana vaisponsorwa Rafi vakomana dream team vaivai. Those guys, that was one of the best sponsored teams the country has ever had. Dream team iyaya. They had motor from Willowville dzanzanyorwa mazita avo pamadhoo. Vaigara pamuzinda uko kumasasa uko. Vakomana vaiva had everything. Vaipiwa buzz black rhinos. Ask yourself, why? Do you think black rhinos akangoapa buzz raida kuapa? No. Once they use buzz black rhinos, you would know black rhinos because you know national team iri kuya. But our buzz black rhinos team iri kuya. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's Zambia, those ladies in Zambia, they've been on the up and the up and the up and the up. Sponsorship came. The government also came in. And things started going the way things are supposed to go. That's why they're doing so well. It's not just Zambia. Banyana wambona banyana ichitamba iwe. Have you seen banyana? Hey, do you know how many female players they have overseas? It doesn't matter which league. Do you know how many they have? Vanovadaidza, they call them vanovadaidza. Isusu ndisu tega tiratanga kuti hanzi ari kutamba second division yekubelgium, saka timudaidzi. Anotamba timu iri nani muzimbabwe than timu iyoyo ndiani?
Rei zifa iri kubhadhara here matiketsi ekunzawo maplay edu ari kunze iwaya.
Ingwa ndambota nyaya dzezifa kumanaka ngatimbo let's just discuss hedu sevanhu vanoona from the outside because zvezifa izvika izvi inini hangu I think zvezifa kuda kukama mbada chaichaiyo, kuda kutsvaga leopard kuti uikame. Hapana, hapana, hapana. You cannot say everything that goes wrong keeps coming back to you, and then you just stand there. What ndribo. I want to give an example. Someone somewhere, I don't know ndakazvona kupi, akanyora kuti Wolverhampton Wolves, handitya?
Yeah.
Wolverhampton, handivo Wolverhampton Wolves, hanti?
Yeah, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
In their squad for the next season, munhu yakanyora they've retained 4. Haana kuti 4 players, akati 4 Zimbabwean players. This person did not miss their words. 4 Zimbabwean players. Leon Chiwome, Chirewa, Marshall Munetsi,
Sutherland.
Nampana Sutherland. Chimira ipapo, I'm going to ask you. Are you trying to tell me kuti munhu ndiye anoziva kuti apana ya Zimbabwe?
No.
Are you trying to tell me kuti munhu ndiyega ari kuona the benefit of having those fellas play in the same team, play in that league? Vari mazimbo. Are you trying to tell me kuti Mfesia is the only one ari kuona the benefits that will come with us going there, taking those boys ku-embassy kunovatoresa mapassport? Is that person the only one ari kuona the benefit of saying when we say let's call the national team, whether it's a friendly, whether it's a qualifier, vadaidzei vese, Chiwome ngaadaidzwe ngaarambe iye, and then you have to ndeko takamudaidza akaramba. Sutherland ngaadaidzwe iye, ataurega kuti handisi kuda. Not kuti mune muchingoti we're going to talk to him. Munataura naye asi ari kumunhu here kuti hataurwe naye, haana foni here mupanaya.
Especially panguva ino Ray. Panguva ino yari kutsvaga striker. Mufana Diona asati ambodedzwa kana one day, not even once. Apa tiri kutambura nekugoisa mabhora.
Apa tatombotaura earlier nyaya timu kuti haina strike. Iyo timu kuti haina strike irutodedza anonzani wenyu wekuhardrop anzani Navaya.
Wait. Fred, Navaya and 8 goals. Handitya, he's got 8 goals. Out of how many games? 15, 16. He's second on the top goal scorers list. Leading goal scorer in 9. Gentlemen, if that doesn't ring bells to you about standard, then you also have a problem. You get me? You also have a problem. Let me repeat myself. If your top goal scorer in the league has 9 goals out of 16, Nepashka season up, you have a problem. Because achapedza season, yes, tutama games mangani season 32, 34. All right, let's say Antama 34. If he's going to score a goal every 2 games, achapedza season is signing 17 goals. Total golden boot tomupa handitika tomupa, you understand? I'm trying to set a picture yakuti. I want you guys to know a picture. When we say we have gunslingers, mastriker, when we say we have gunslingers, handitika, let's go back in time. Zenzo Ncube, handitika, Leonard Tsipa. Vakomana vaizunza dhoiri, vakomana vanga vasingana mafanizisa tunonaya, vanga vasingatambi, vakomana aizunza dhoiri wega uchaziva kuti every team yamune mitamba nayo inenge ine strike anoziva kuti uitika musei ari kuti kwadza uyu. Rodi mutumwa aizunza dhoiri, Rodi aizunza dhoiri mutumwa uyu anonzi Prince aizunza dhoiri mufesti uya. Vakomana when we talk about strikers anonzani mfana wangu uyu akakanganiswa na homeboy wangu uyu chonzani chimala chemavendechi
Gwegwereni.
Gentlemen, let me tell you, I'm going to say this today on record. Mfana uya, I'm going to tell you this on record. And I want you to record this and keep it. Dai asina mbokurumidzirwa naDagi kwenda South Africa. Evans, mark my words, Evans could have played elite football in Europe. Evans was a gun. All angles, Evans was a gun. But Evans was still a baby. Vakamkurumidzira vachaga mari akaendeswa kuSouth Africa what. Evans dai akapuwa nguva kuti asettle akure achinyatsodirectwa. That fella was a gun. We don't have strikers in that mold anymore. Hatina.
Wakambona technique yake here.
Wakomana kana chiona bhora ngationei ngatitakatarisei kuti uyu munhu chifesi ichi right now chifesi hachisi kutamba chinonzani chifesi ichi chifesi chandofarira ichi cheku chakabva kusimba bhora ichi tofela chiya chigarisei henyu panze chiya but munozviziva kuti chikapinda chiya munokwara hachisi kutambiswa nditika mukana uchauya mirai muone chiya chakaipa chiya. You see, this is where players also get it wrong. Okay, it's all the money. I know in Zimbabwe it's all about the money. He was offered a better contract in Scotland, but as a player and at his age, you want to constantly play. Right now, he's playing second fiddle to Knowledge, Nakama, na Walter, and Itka. That is the coach's choice. There's nothing he can do about it. But as a player, Iyeka, he needs to look at himself and say, okay, is it worth it kundoramba ndingori pabench all the time? He needs to, ndipanotaura kuti ndiendese on loan ndozodzoka kana makundida. Handiti, when on loan, where you become the number one gun. Handitika, Highlanders ziri kutambura, Highlanders haina gun iyo. You can talk, unafraid, they can come here and say whatever they want. Haina gun, team here anonzi Highlanders here. Wakomana the dili dalika 17-18 area, vachirowa shiri dzanzwa nekutiza, chirowa, havana gun. Go and get Machope on loan, mumise paipa, muone chete. Nematamirant Highlanders ayaya. Nemarana anowana Machope ayaya. Vakamisa paipa ndokutaurira imi magumena mbudike muya. But then, hey, where am I?
Mati Benjanagwan.
Ayo, you are not, you see, those are not right. And I'm about to go in. Ndati haina gun. How you take that is hashakwe. Haina gun. Highlanders haina gun.
Issue ya Machope, in my opinion, yakamufana ineta chambotara pepe like OJ, Elliot Chiti, South Africa, Hugo Bros. Dikutora vangu vani. Anoda kungotora vanhu vari musystem yavagara vachishandisa kudhara kuSundowns ungovaunza kunational team so that iye basa rake ringe riri easier. Pachakwara either kama brilliant or Walter or Musona ndo paachazoona iye nomen kuti achadraw mamagame kuruza games. But had he included already this system, pakakwara one of those three guys, pange pasina kana difference team inenge ishingwa pane because akuunza Machope kana these three guys are kwa and we too late because that guy like what Rex just said, he's a finisher. He's a good finisher, in my opinion. And would have Babora, but I want to know my so they cannot share glory with my club. So Mbana, if I was him, even young when I go in the Cape Dynamo, the different altogether. One of these is why you could undermine role yastrike. The moment striker riya riyamanje parinozonzi razowanika, it will be too late. Vanayo striker ivanayo wavo kudhimba ravanayo, but you cannot compare that guy with Machope, because Machope is tried and tested. He can score, he can do anything. Saka ndo ma-decisions anotorwa nemacoaches anozocosta mateams in the long run. Imimi muchitanga miti front 3 but vakomana vakura kavaya ende vari bound to mainjuries ende vari kukwarira pasingaite ende wakuzofoswa manje kuti Machope anga achidzoka manje in the forward manje. It will be too late, because adausanga ujelana wakomana ausanga kuita sese, but no, anofanira kusacrifice one of those guys, either musiona billiard panze anopinda achinosabhura mumwe. You keep your strike, because at the end of the day you need that guy kuti anga ari pafront line. But ichirongoti who are we to decide for them? We can't, because ivo kana zviri kuvafambira right now kuti umuudze kuti uyu munhu ngagare panze anogona kutaura kuti shamwari zvautaura zvita hazvishande, but bhora riya hariite se harishande saizvozvo mukunzwa. Ndaunodzoka pane point imwe futi rei yaumbotaura yekunational sports stadium yekuti munhu anongouya ongogara. Do you know kuti pakagadzirwa it was it the Harare Bulawayo Road yakagadzirwa nekambani yeku Africa we
Group 5.
yaisa zvimabhodhi zvegreen zvezvo.
Group 5.
Do you know yaemploya vanhu vaitonhonga mapepa murodhi during
Yeah.
kuti amene muchipotsera muchipotsa muchidriva vanhu vaitofamba. Do you know munhu mwari muvanhu vavo vanofamba vachidhonga mapepa murodhi? Mastandards mudara iyi zvetriurani rekuti anzi triurani mudara andisanambozvinzwa, ndakatanga kutozvinzwa ipapo paweekend mudharaunda ground rinoitwa triurani. Saka muri kutoriziva kaimini kuti ground ira, saka muri kuda kupuwa imwe mari kuti muritangidze akukuziyai kamashandiro amunenge tokuzivai munotopuwa kuti imwe mari pamusoro pekuti mari yakakapoa manaka ameno nini.
Do you know Freddy, inonzi chi pama strikers issue yema strikers in Zimbabwe, I don't know, I think our standards have gone down so much, and zvekuti we don't have, andifunga tine macoaches ema strikers chaiyo, but ndakaona Dynamos have employed Rodi because they've realized there's a problem. They employed a striker to come and teach strikers how to be a striker. You employ a striker to teach a striker how to be a striker, because we've lost that. Kudhara ka munhu aiziva kuti iname striker ana bhora da kuadoptwa nevanhu vese, bhora naPep Guardiola iro ndakaona Simba Stars ichibhurwa 3-0. You know, I honestly, if I was muridzi weSimba ka mfesi ya coach ndaimbomunyima pay
Going down.
because you want to play from the back. Anditka munhu wese, this idea ya pep ikai vanhu vanoida strike, play from the back, chero zvinhu zvakasunga, play from the back, common sense. Uchikura iwe uchitambiva nechikwesha unoziva kuti kana takapreswa handipasi bhora ndoroera kumberi kokoko. You need to ease the pressure. Do you know kuti pakauya Dizebi kuTottenham vachitraina pane clip so yakabuda defender yakazviita izvo zviya yakadada isomva ratorwa ndobva amudaidza akati chingoritsika chete uone striker yeye chaita sei, akati ukaritsika striker yanotanga kuita funga kuti manje kuti uda kuitei. What you're doing is you are leaving the pressure on everyone else and then you play it out. Vakazviita twice or 3 times and ese ended up as my goals vakomana veSimba bhora, but guess what, they went to do it again and again vachingodhonorwa. Why are you doing the same mistake? Uri kuziva kuti ndikapfura namba vandicharumwa nembwa, mangwana odzoka futi dzokuruma, mangwana odzoka dzokuruma. What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve? So
But Ray, do you agree? Do you agree with ndakambotaura futi 2 weeks ago kuti wapana macoaching yavari kupuhwa kumaclubs uku ka makocha aya ada kutokochwawo bhora aya mani ari kukocha Bafana bhora.
Because ona my
I'm
point
telling
is
you.
this. My point is this. Pep anoti, hey, play from the back, hey, false nine. And then here he goes and buys one of the deadliest strikers wanotambisa game. Saka imimi amuswara kuti mfesi ari kukutamba here mfesi uyu. Imimi muri kunzi false nine. Here he buys an out number 9. Ochisa pai chizangalewa chiya. Saka imimi muri kuitire false nine. Iye achisa do you know why? Anoziva kuti tikatamba rekupasa Zangalewa hatambi achidi zvezvekupasa achitombodi achina nguva nazvo achidi icho tamba imimi pasiranai kwamuri kuita chonongedzera kuti isapo chinonongedzera kuti isapo chiona zvinoitika kana machisira bhora ipapapo umwe munhu anorutsa imimi then you go and buy ana Gabriel Jesus nana Kai Havertz. They are not strikers. Mawingers waisaipa vanzitamba false 9. Vakomana ka bhora harinyepi togara tichiudzana panapa. Bhora harinyepi. Handiti. We need to stop that. MuZimbabwe we don't have my strikers. Ku national team. Look at national team. Look at national team yedu. We have a problem. Kuti our playmaker anodzoka kuzotsvaga bhora ku midfield deep. Because there's a problem. Because pawakomara kutamba DP vavo pana ari kurasika, pana asiri kuita zvavafananga achiita. And we all know. We are not going to pretend kuti hatizive. How do we fix that? We can't fix it. Because it's a permanent structure, concrete. Mutimi yaya. Handiti. And pachazoya mwenyu coach utazochinja amana kuti ane drill. Posara zigomba. Kutanga futi kuva oza kana uri chikoro uza uchikura wainyora corrections and waifanira kusvika stage yekuti ndaneta nekunyora macorrections handichadi ufanira kungorowo 5 out of 5 ndiunyebere awo ndiunyebere. You cannot be writing corrections all the time wangu. You cannot look at South Africa. Look at South Africa. You see vakatanga vachita so vakaona kuti no man isusuka zvatiri kuita zvazvitibhadhare. We need to invest more in our national team football. Macoaches avo they negotiate contracts. Vanomuudza kuti tiri kukupa mari. Your goals iwewe AFCON neWorld Cup. Ndo magoals ako. Izvo zvese izvi not interested. Ndo magoals ako AFCON. Obva vaudza kuti inini I choose my own people. They don't give him assistants. Anochuza ega assistants aanoda. Handiti because once munhu akadaro coach akadaro haasina excuse yekukupai akatadza. You understand my point? That's why ku UK Mourinho akadzingwa basa, he goes iye neteam yake. Akuendi Mourinho kuwatanza assistant ngaachita coach. Imets dzekupi idzodzo because uyo amadzinga mosiya 1 achangoita zvaitwa neuyo aenda because they are birds of the same feather. Handiti coach anouya neteam yake kana achienda neteam yake. You understand? So isusu we need to stop kuti coach toti makanika assistant toti Kaitano tawa head coach takukupa assistant tomuti Chiragwi. Aiwa philosophy dzavo dzakafanana here. Who has ever looked at them what philosophy dzavo dzakafanana? Saka how are they going to gel together? You see assistant wako Kevin has mentioned this before. Assistant wako must be someone wekuti munofunga zvakafanana and then pamunozotaura muna shamarwona patasvika patoita sei anobva kudza kuti hona tikabvisa uyo toisa uyo handiti zvinotishandira because you're all thinking alike because mune same mindset handika. That's why macoaches akawanda anoti ndikaenda kwakati dakuya nanhingi handiti Dizebi akaenda vanhu vake 2
wakaona chiarticle chakanyorwa so recently zvopoint yautaura iyoyo cheucaps united kuti Chiragwi pari kuenda national team pakala ari kusara achitamba information wakachiona
chiona manje and what happens they lose and then he comes back they win or they drop
they lost ndo wakadrop mapoints bye
unoziva. So what I'm saying is isusuka we have a problem that is so embedded in our system zvekuti it's success, it's like we're allergic to success, and I think we're allergic. Ndakaona, and then ndakaona article yemachi Warriors, umwe munhu unoziva, ndipo paunoona kuti bhora unoti bhora harifaniri kunetsa zvakanyanya stereki. Pane munhu akazonyora akaisa imwe article so akaburitsa about 4 mapictures evanasikana vanotamba mazimbabweans, they play Europe, akaburitsa about 4 5. Okay, one of them is still a kid, Ada May achiri mwana. Ada May, she's only 14, but guess what, 14 15 she scored 54 goals. She's 14, she scored 54 goals. Let me tell you, not just that, she scored 54 goals. Mwana uyu akatanga some other team handiti achidai mudharaka achiisa maclips, and I told baba vacho ndikati paachasainwa uri kundipa cut yangu. Ndakamuudza baba vake kuti akasainwa professional uri kundipa cut yangu because she is going to be signed. Nandatozviona kudhara handiti. Guess what, then she was signed by Brighton. They moved from age group yake to a higher level because Adame anozunza dhoiri, and guess what, ndiwasu mwana iyeye ndiwe kwamutare mwana wandikutaura nezvake uyu Adame chitima. Ndakatomboposta ndikati what you do with this information is up to you. 54 goals at 15. Tine maanda 15 6 17. Guess what, manje ma3 Lionesses vakatopinda. Ma3 Lionesses vakatotanga tomonita, varikutoita zvavari kuita because isusu hatisi vanhu vebhora. Tinoda bhora but hatisi vanhu vebhora, if you get my drift. Tinoda bhora, hatisi vanhu vebhora. Toda motaura, we want instant success. Ndinguva pamunhu kuti toda ma-stop gap solutions. We could also been making inroads kwaari mwana ye tichimuudza kuti listen, so ezvinoizana mfana Leon Chiome vaya Ethan Sunderland mfana vaya vese vaya hapana, no one has made contact. Ezvinoizvi every time the team goes to the UK whatever, more and more boys are coming forward, want to play for the national team. Why are we not calling them chimfana chimurungu chikipa chiya chakambonotraina national team chikatora picture yeembassy chinotora passport
Birmingham here.
Yes, panoitwa under 20, call him, bring him here. Ada kutamba muunze askobata. Right now we are planning for the future, boys. Hapana AFCON zvakatodhakwa. Mali should be our first choice keeper. Mali is only 22 years old, 21 22 years old. Mali should be our first choice, not kuti muda kuti aite sub keeper nemunhu ane 40 years iyangoti sub. Mali should start playing all the friendlies, all the games. He should get used to kuti ndini ndatopa nyanga paya, and so that he gels nevamwe vese. Team iya national team yedu must start restructuring kubva mamu1 chidzingai vakomana vese vakura vaya handitika. Team iya midfield yedu must revolve around Jonah Padera na Chirewa. Team iya must revolve around those boys. Going forward ngavataure nemfana uyu weku Scotland uyu, he must pull his head in and stop being silly. Anonzani chopfeka number 10 ichi captain cheScotland ichi chonzani OJ chonzani
Walter.
Yes, they need to tell him pull his head in, stop being silly. Mpana yaya pound for pound, mpana anoziva uyaya, mpana yaya anoziva. You see, you need
Don't play bora manje.
Let me tell you. Imagine. Let me just picture this. Walter, Chirewa, Mashanise, na Chiume, handiti. I know kuna mapana variko veseva vavo, but I'm just saying imagine those four. Dziri shumba dzako dziri kuuya kugedhi. Just picture that. And then pasenda paya woisa muzukuru napadera twakumana stability. Vafana because day in day out varikutamba for their clubs, they're tip top fit, they can vanomhanya. And then kumashuroko Marodza na Sunderland vonetsana kuruboshwe kuti ndanachitanga kutamba. Uri kundinzwa? Kuright uku vamwe pana Jalai achinetsana na Sean Fuzile, Sean achinetsana namwe paringi papapo. You create a healthy competition. Nekuti panenge vachidaidzwa ka anonyatsoziva kuti Ethan ari mundege, Ethan achiuya kuZimbabwe anenge achitoti hey, ndakaita mafanis Shane ndiye arikutamba. Shane achibva ukarudziva kuti ndakaita mafanis Leo ndiye arikutamba. Uri kuona? You get me? This is what I'm saying. Anonzani pane face antambira Forest. Anonzi Onini, you know that guy right back where? aitaura akaitwa interview aita interview amheno bhora raakamhanyiswa so akanzvengwa akati handaenda kudenmark yangu akanditi why did you let him run past you akati ibhora zvikanzi pari kuiswa imwe player hanzi amai akataura zita rimwe player yacho she was just trying to tell him kuti une competition you slack that one is going to play you understand no one is guaranteed because the competition is healthy we need to create that in our national team hunzi vapfana vadiki who are active in their clubs izvekuti hanzi mudanotora mufana anotamba kuchampionship level yechampionship munoiziva here
havazive
vamana vafana kueurope atrain different vamana vafana kueurope anotraina zviri different vamana vafana kueurope they are trained differently isusu tira kunyemberana vafana kueurope havaswiri vachidya sadza nechimukuyu vafana kueurope havaswiri vafana they are trained differently look at Corbin Mtunzi wakaona Corbin Mtunzi wakaona Corbin simple Corbin wakaona Corbin here Corbin aiti kipa ine bhora aitarisa kuti ndekupi otovhura opuwa otanga daidza munhu kuti uya oripasa oritera you can tell kuti uyu munhu zvinhu zvaakatanga kudzidziswa achiri mudiki kuti bhora always make yourself available ita so movement bhora rinenge bodybuilding is 80% nutrition 20% maweights chero ukatraina maweights sei uchingodya sadza every day body yako never sure kuti uri kuenda kujimu handiti vanoita mazinyama aya kuti vanhu vachanzwisa manje kuti munhu ari kuiteiyo bodybuilding is 80% nutrition 20% weight bora is 80% movement 20% skill you can have skill rese but if your movement is poor hapana maskills ako they don't work for anyone you understand we've got simbi dzebasa sorry Fred let me finish simbi dzebasa tinadzo we need people who can use them ngatibhadharei mari vakomana we don't need to go far pitso mosimane pitso uyo chimudhara pitso icho chikauya tikachipa bhegi chiyachiyaka ndokutaurirai vese ana leon momudza kuti vese apfanhava vakomana tinonakirwa tikazvirega unokwira ndege kuenda Zimbabwe yo kunoimba yave nyama yekugocha iyoyo handikunyeperi unoenda iyoyo kunoimba but at the moment you know what you know like even vanhu pavakaenda kugame reNigeria reunity people did not go there kuti vaende unoimba nyama yekugocha people went there because of nostalgia people went there because you know this is something from home let me go and be associated with something from home but honest truth no one went there thinking kuti tichawina no never because from the time the team was announced vanhu vakawanda vatanga togunun'una kuti what is this handiti so there are things we need to change mighty warriors Zifa please I am begging you vedwe ndiri kukumbirawo uyu mukadzi uyu chimbomuzorodzai uyu munhu azive zvaanoita uyu please iwe Blaz akambokocha Mighty Warriors anonzi anu yakazotsvagirwa nyaya yanzani pesi aiziva yairova Mighty Warriors yairova paipai yairova aiziva zvaiita mupesi uya but anyway unotsvagirwa nyaya still we need to start doing things that reflect us as a nation ine vanhu vane tinanasikana vanogona bhora vakawanda kana yakomana gentlemen not even vanasikana chete vanakomana vanogona bhora vakazara tinavo vakawandisa dino kuti anonzani comrade vatakambonza paya mashi ogore mashi knows vapfana mazimbabwenzi hobo vanotamba kuuk uko he is in contact navo why are we not bringing in coaches who say kunana match nevamwe foreign legends aya kuti gentlemen tipewo list vapfana vanotamba competitively in leagues that are recognized kuti give us names you can't tell me kuti from Poland Germany UK France hatikuna mazimbabwenzi arikutamba bhora even in second divisions they are there so block so but they're just standing vanenge vachingoti hatizive because you can have a kid who's playing day in day out 90 minutes plus every weekend or whatever every 2-3 days he's playing anditka but anoskonzi auye bosi vatamisa Marvelous Nakamba can't even play Sheffield Wednesday what nonsense is that
chimboudzawo vanhu rei ipapo hanzi nevanhu we hate Nakamba do we hate Nakamba
listen hate is a very strong word to hate someone it takes a lot kuti uvenge munhu kuvenga munhu you see Zimbabweans must stop misusing words kuvenga munhu shamwari ka it's very deep kana kuvenga munhu that is beyond that's being evil Kuenga munhu is actually evil in my book. We don't hate Nakamba. We are saying the facts about Nakamba. We do not hate Nakamba. We are saying facts about Nakamba. You need to learn the difference. I love Nakamba, and I'll tell you why I love Nakamba. Nakamba, I spend most of my time in Drukwangi. That boy, for all the people, Matonga and so forth, that boy is a beacon to them. I even bought Jez Nakamba when he was signed by Aston Villa. Why would I buy it if I hated him? I was proud of what he did, where he came from, what he did, what it means for the people from Wange, Madbele, Northeast, it means a lot to have a guy like that. But this but is in capital letters. When the time comes, a good dancer must know when to leave the stage. Do not leave football before football leaves you. Jamie Karagaka Mostaura. Kwakumanikidza uko kwaari kuita kwakumanikidza to stay relevant because pane vanhu vari kuti aramba relevant. He is no longer relevant in every situation, in everything zvebhora. There are people who remain relevant and there are people you fade from relevance. Ana Pirlo vakambouya, they were relevant. Ana Seedorf, Ana Ronaldinho vakauya and then vakapera, but things do not stop. We keep moving. We do not hate Nakamba. Nakamba fans, we know we all support someone somewhere. You know, ana mafans ake, but please, when it comes kubhora, tira kuwina kubhora. Hatikuya kubhora kuzonakidzana. Kundifara kuti wangu arimo. Aiwa, izvozvo izvo munozoita mamega uko. Toda team inowina. That guy cannot keep up versus Nigeria 25 minutes. Anga akurutsa mufesu yayo. Amhanyiswa pamba kurema. He forced Jonah to angaita zvinhu zvakafanira kuita. Ndosaka tanta kuborwa zviri easy. That's why Nigeria came at us zviri very easy. Hazvidi rocket science. I'm not a coach. Handina coaching license but ndinozviona ndakamira kunze. Kuti uyo wangu chidhaka aneta uyu. And vanga vakutibora. You put munhu ari competitive so that pound for pound unomhanya navo uita sei. That's how you start, you know, you try and stabilize the team. No one hates Nakamba, but best before date, anoambotenga chinhu best before date. Inenganyorwa yandakamba yakapfuura. Best before date yakasvika yakapfuura. Handiti tadaisa Bafana vane best before date iri 2035 yake yakapfuura. Akato expire. Handiti we need to stop this tomfoolery yoda kunyeberana kuti takamuvenga ndomuvengere chi Marvelous ndomuvengere chi Mave. He's achieved a lot for himself, for his family, for the country. He's achieved a lot. Ndomvengerei. I don't hate Nakamba. Inini, I don't like Dynamos. Let me be honest with you. I don't like Dynamos. And the Bond Dream Kepula. But Paris Mafia Zutamra Dynamos, I don't ignore. And this Vengi no good that it was no go night. No yanzo kutauri chitamba da Dimbare icho chifesi chakaipa icho. And so we don't hate. We speak facts. And it's absolutes. Yeah. We speak absolutes. Facts. Astute observations is what we work with. We don't come here and you know to be sentimental or bring emotions. We don't do that. We're standing on business, like Americans say. We stand on business. Tukudati win. Isuzu in Shamari. Doubt in Africa just raise Zimbabwe. Vananoya sondona kudawo Zimbabwe. But we can't do that.
We need to go. So 2 minutes straight, then we go.
So I wanted to say, Uti, you mentioned quite a number of things. So about us, touch and go, which I felt like really crucial. For example, if someone wants to play for the you need to playing for Zimbabwe. The flag you are Zimbabwe. My details are somebody my card send any club for the classes. So then they look into which will mirror you might just come mustn't be like you are Zimbabwean. The administration part of Dubai kuti murese kana uri muZimbabwe iwewe vaprova beyond kuti utambira timu for sure une mvumo wekuti you should That's what I think. Saka izvokumirira munhu waanokuti akaziva inini mustn't be like that. Ndo chinofanira kuitwa neZimba ichocho. Means it should be open to everyone who is Zimbabwe. They are somehow capable kunge vachiri nyika yavo kwete kuzomira handiona kuti administration yemuengland yofamba chinoona maplayer ari kuona kuti havanogona bhora chivatora tomutora kuti unogona bhora hwewatowe yechinogona kunge inotadza kuve effective like that. Why? That's what we need to do. And I've also said it again, Putin. Ukataza pakapinda shoni the most tower earlier. The way how the ball was now moving, it was awesome. The reason being, those young boys, they know the vanotoziva kuti ndakaenda apo nepapo notondowana ipapo in the ring. And wakataza vanhu vaitamba naoffside ikoko vari exposed to the system yemapatterns emueurope. hausi kutanga iwewe kuti takutodzidzisa mufana wemupremier league yekumba kuti uchafamba so wozofamba so. It's automatic. Saka ipapo is a coach. Kana wakakwara where you use your team based on my merits. Ivapana vaakuzakura. Vaombotaura zvezvo kuti championship one of the most competitive leagues in England. Yekuti kuona iwo team iri kana kuti one ichitopa FA Cup usakungoti bhora iri kutamba bhora pano.
All right, gents, gotta go. Thanks, Ant.
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, tuzitaura kana Bafana wa Mexico, and tuzitaura.
Yeah. Let's.
Because irguwina Bafana. I'm sorry to say,
lose.
but
I hate them.
I know you want them to lose, but win. They organized dokumana. Anyway.
Fred. Thanks.
Anyway, it's been good, Jez.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Later.